Welcome everybody. Are you able to hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? So I believe everybody is hearing clearly. We will start the session. I would like to start with a brief introduction. I would like to say the speech durations will be 20 minutes. There won't be any breaks. The translator, me, my name is Mustafa. I'm from the Gaziantep Metropolitan Municipality Foreign Affairs Department. One of the translators will be me, and the other will be my colleague, Madam Ece. And we will also moderate the sessions. After the webinar starts, we will start with reading the CVs of the participants. And then after the reading of the CV or the story of people, we will continue with their presentations. Welcome to the virtual sharing webinar event of our project titled Dialogue for Sustainability, Knowledge Assessment and Awareness Among Business People and New Participants for Sustainable Green Development, organized under the coordination of Gaziantep Young Business People Association, GAGİAD, with the support of Turkey National Agency, and the European Union Commission. Our webinar will consist of 6 sessions, and it will take around 2 hours. We will start with our first speaker, Mr. Mutlu Toksöz.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Sir.
Fine. How about you?
I am also fine, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Mutlu Toksöz is our first speaker, and he is the Director for Sustainability in Sanko Textile Operations. And I would like to give you a brief CV of him. Mr. Toksöz was born in Adana in 1982. He completed his primary, secondary, and high school education in Adana. He graduated from Uludağ University, Faculty of Engineering and Architecture in 2005. He's a textile engineer. He started to work as textile engineer in 2001. In 2018, he completed his master's degree on the concept of sustainability and life cycle analysis in the textile industry at Çukurova University, Çukurova University's Department of Textile Engineering. Since 2005, he has taken part in many different tasks, especially in textile materials and sustainability in national and international companies. As of 2013, he worked as a mentor in projects in line with the goals of the United Nations in non-governmental organizations, where he started to lead actively. Mutlu Toksöz has been working as sustainability manager at Sanko Textile since 2021. He is married and has 1 child. Mr. Toksöz, you can start with your presentation if you want. Başlayabilirsiniz efendim sunumunuza.
Thank you so much. Could you allow me for the screen sharing, please?
Aysun Hanım, siz şey yapabilir misiniz? İzin verebilir misiniz beyefendi? Ben görüntümü açamıyorum çünkü görüntümü açtığımda sesimde bir dalgalanma oluyor. Kusura bakmayın. Aysun Hanım, Mutlu Bey'e sunum açma izni verebilir misiniz? Bir saniye, ben kendisine...
Bir dakika, şimdi açıyorum.
Tamamdır. Mutlu Bey, 2 cümle ilerlersek çok daha verimli olur. Ricam sizden.
Tekrarlayabilir misiniz? Özür dilerim.
Cümleleri hani kısa tutarsak çeviri açısından kolay olur isterseniz. Sunuma bağlı olursunuz diye tahmin ediyorum zaten.
Evet.
Mutlu Bey şu anda açılıyor mu?
Evet.
Süper.
Ekranımı görebiliyorsunuz sanırım.
Tabii ki görebiliyoruz. İngilizce ise çeviri yapmaya gerek var mı?
İngilizce yapacağım direkt.
İngilizce mi yapacaksınız? Peki,
evet,
o zaman.
Evet. Okay. O zaman başlayabilirim herhalde.
Tabii ki, buyurun. Tabii ki.
Çok mersi, teşekkürler. First of all, I would like to thank you for your this kind invitation. Today we are going to talk about our sustainability journey and also best practices sharing about the textile industries. So today, just I wanted to make a short agenda about what I am going to talk about today. First of all, I would like to start with who am I? So we will discuss about the world status, current status nowadays, and we will discuss about the regulations, expectations from the customers and also from the countries as well. So afterwards, we will share some best practices about our sustainability approach as Sanko Textile. And if you have any questions, I would like to answer at the last session. As I mentioned that, first of all, I want to inform you about my background. I'm a textile engineer. And my master degree is about the sustainability and the sustainability materials, especially for the life cycle analysis areas. As everyone, of course, I have some strength areas, detailed oriented, flexible, and draw several projects, especially for the United Nations projects and also sustainable material processes as well. I am more result oriented and especially experienced in coordinating different several cross-functional teams, as it is the main part of the sustainability approach. If you Googling me, you can find keywords about me like sustainability materials, integrity, traceability, transparency, project risk management, and also sourcing areas and the sustainability reporting areas are my main expertising areas I can mention. You can connect me whenever you want. Also, therefore, I wanted to share my mobile number and also my mail address. If you have any questions after this presentation, you're always welcome. First of all, I would like to, as everyone know what is sustainability, just I wanted to talk about the history about this word. As far as to be clear, that sustainability is a word which is a kind of old history, to be honest. The word concept is coming from the 17th century. Even we are talking about this topic very in a focus, in very focus by 2010s. It is coming from the 17th century. Actually, sustainability is very interesting concept because it is scoping many areas under this concept, like the health, safety, quality, and the environmental as well. But there are some challenges when we talk about the sustainability, because there is no any exact standard which is telling and proving about it is sustainable or not. It is more related about the comparable. For example, in 1970s, if we were in 1950, probably we were talking about the health and the safety things. In 17s, probably we had been talking about the quality. For the 90s, probably we had been talking about the environmental. And these topics are mainly coming about from the pressures and the expectation about the customers and the regulations as well. And therefore, the previous years, to be honest, if you talk about some main topics, as a generally, there was a standard scheme which was published. But for sustainability, it is not working anymore because it is really endless. It is a kind of journey and there is no any destination for the sustainability. So just I wanted to mention about how our world nowadays and what kind of world, what kind of life we are already living in already, and what is gonna be happen in soon if we don't take any actions about sustainability, to be honest. Let's have a look about our current world, current life that, to be honest, the world is alarming. It is super clear. For the carbon dioxide emissions, we are the hot rate of the carbon dioxide emissions already, which is comparing the last 800,000 years. It is really huge. as everybody read from the newspapers and listen from the news that we are our ecosystem temperature is getting higher, 1.1 centigrade degrees. But if we don't take any actions, and if we continue with this direction, the temperature is gonna be 4.4 Celsius centigrade degrees by 2100. Until now, almost during the last 50 years, almost 2 million people were affected, which is related about to ecosystem disasters. Of course, if you are facing any difficulties like this, you need to take any action and you need to be very urgent. If we start to take action today, we need to spend $70 billion in today. If we don't take that action until 2030, it is gonna be $300 billion. So we are talking about the huge economical impact of this status, to be honest. Of course, we are not just the people who are talking about this status already. All of the companies, many countries, and all of the leaders are already talking about these impacts, and they decided to, by 2015, they decided to take an action regarding to fix everything in a right direction by clarifying 17 points, which are meaning sustainable development goals. But unfortunately, it was published, but there wasn't any enough action regarding to fix this problem. So we didn't take these actions. We didn't take any position regarding to fix everything. So this is the picture of our world, what we are, which we are living in, to be honest. So I think there is no any photo already, which is not super new for everyone. So everything is getting more worse if we don't take any action. So it is super important that we need to understand, we need to analyze, and we need to take relevant actions regarding to fix everything as previous years. So as I mentioned that several countries got together during the United Nations conferences, and they met and they decided to take any actions, some actions, but to be honest, it didn't work very good, to be honest. Therefore, some of the unions, like European Union, decided to take any action urgently, otherwise everything is gonna be worse. Therefore, in the world, there are two hot topics already. So one of them is sustainable development goals, which we need to take an action by companies, by NGOs, by governmental organization, and by institutes as well. And also something need to be changed by the regulations. So European Union is the first union who decided to take an action, and it is gonna create a new world for everyone who is making any trade from these countries. So it is not a kind of thing which we nice to do. It is the thing which is really mandatory already. So let's talk about the Green Deal. To be honest, European Union took a leadership to change the world, and they have a new agreement, like whose name is Green Deal. And the main goal of the European Union is to achieve climate neutrality by 2030, and they have a very ambitious goal for 2030, which is aiming to reduce emissions by at least 75% by 2030. It is impacting many things because the regulation is coming to the countries, but it is directly affecting all of the supplier chains. So it means if European Union has this decision, all of the countries and all of the companies need to follow this role and need to take related actions regarding to continue their economical situation with the European Union. So if we talk about some challenges and some changes. Of course, a transition period need to be on the board. So between the 2023 and the 2025 is gonna be designed as a transition period. So as of the 2016, there will be a kind of new taxes on the board, which is pushing all of the companies to purchase certificates for their exported products at the rate of the carbon dioxide emissions. So, so there will be a new terminology in our life. Already there are iron, steel, cement, fertilizer, aluminium, and the electricity companies are already in board, but we are expecting the rest of the industries like the textile and also chemical industries as well are gonna be in scope in soon as well. But the most wrongest thing that it is not just about the carbon dioxide. It is including many parameters, which is I am gonna speak also during the next slides as well. It is very important decision, to be honest, because if European Union or any huge areas decided to take any action about something which is new, it is also affecting many countries. Like after this Green Deal, United States has new regulations about the carbon neutral goal. South Korea, Canada, Japan, Chile, China, which is the main producer, and also Turkey as well. It is a like butterfly effect. So this is a new life, to be honest. And as many of you all already know, that it is a kind of a new world, and it's a VUCA world, and we need to be flexible, and we need to take actions because we don't have enough time to take a position regarding to obey all of these rules. What is gonna be changed for the textile part, to be honest, from my expertising areas? The world is gonna be completely changed. Synthetic materials will move away, and natural and the biodegradable materials is gonna be the main focus in the industry. So I mentioned around 2 slides before, it is not just about the carbon dioxide emissions. It is all about to change the vision and to change the perspective of the production method. So we are not going to talk about the linear economy anymore. We need to produce circular products, and we need to create business models. When we mention circular models, it means that all of the materials need to be part of the nature, and they need to be biodegradable. Or if you make a circular product, you need to use recycled material, and you need to create very efficient system for reuse, recycle, and to also to create a longer life regarding to making life cycle analysis. So it is super important. So extended producer responsibility is another expectation. So it means that it is all about the responsibility, and the trade company is not just the it is the main responsible, but the trader company is responsible for all of the supplier chain. If we think about the textile industry, it is including farmer stage, it is including forest stage, and it is including all of the companies who are making any process during the product life. So it is including social things, environmental things, and also economical parameters as well. So it is super the important expectation from this economical change, let's say. As everybody knows that microplastics and the plastics are the another topic. We need to find biodegradable options because of the food chain. Microplastics is affecting all of the system a lot, and it is directly impacting to the health of the people, human, and also all of the players in the food system. So therefore, we need to find, we will have some regulations based on the microplastics as well. Digital product passport. It is very also another important and the crucial point because the customers and countries, especially on the borders, they need to be sure that where the material is coming from, which people were working under any circumstances, what kind of working areas they were working, and what about their humor, what about their rights. It is very important. It is all about the traceability, transparency, and the integrity. These are the three terminologies which we need to take a position. Tackle green washing is another expectation, as everybody is a customer, like textile, or we are buying any materials from any brands that we see some signals or not like any announcements, or the marketing thinks that this is a super sustainable material, but it is not enough. We need to be very clear, and we need to mention about the scientific way about the product life. If we say it is biodegradable, we need to mention how many years or how many days later it is going to be biodegradable. So the industry need to be changed in a scientific way. And if you need to be declare about something, you need to prove. So the industry is changing in the scientific way as well. So this is another parameter. Durable textiles, for the textiles, it is, to be honest, same expectation for all of the products. From now on, there is no fast fashion for anything. We need to also change our vision, like refashion. We need to create a circular product, which is including recycled material, and they need to be durable, and we need to be responsible about the life cycle. And also, we should be very careful about our suppliers, subcontractors, and we need to follow what is gonna be done and what is the life period of the material after we sell. So it is a kind of all integrity. So of course, it was a kind of expectation of the summary. So there are a lot of terminologies in our life. So sustainable processes, materials, green technologies, green products are on the core, and it is our heart, to be honest. So we need to have a look opportunities by making any partnership or making any investment or change our vision, like green manufacturing, cleaner production, closed loop production, because consumption is important. There shouldn't be any waste. Sustainable production, eco-efficiency, environmental technologies, and also life cycle analysis and the eco design are our new roles in our life. So it is a kind of total study which we need to take actions by partnerships and with the right expertised people and expertised colleagues. As I mentioned, it is all about responsibilities and the partnership. So we cannot do any change by ourselves individually, to be honest. Normally, previously, like 10 years ago, for example, we were responsible about the just direct emissions, like the production, which is mentioning on the middle. But now we need to secure indirect emissions from raw material direction, because we need to be sure about our carbon dioxide and the water footprint, which is coming without our control. And we need to educate, we need to train, and we need to secure our subcontractors. And afterwards, we need to also make a partnership with our customers about the distribution and the storage. Like we need to show some solution for them, and also need to take care about the use of the products and the end of the life as well. So material health, material management, renewable energy, water management, and also social parameters and the social perspective during all of this chain are super important. So this is the new model of the world. So let's have a look as Sanko Textile as 120 years experiences. We wanted to share some sustainability best practices as Sanko Textile based on these expectations. Of course, during this change, we should be more focused, even more focused than the previous, about the sustainable production. We accelerate sustainable yarn and the fiber production for our home planet. This is our main perspective of the production, because we think that to leave a livable world to the future generation in every respect is our responsible. As we are Sanko Textile, as 120 years experience in the industry, we need to take care about our future generation as well. So we need to think about the long life. So we are already be sure and taking care about the next generations as well, and working for taking our responsibility. Therefore, for the nature and the people come first in everything we do. It is our core and it is our priority. So all of the investment decisions and all of the actions under our production and about the sustainability and the activities, people and the nature are coming first. You see this triangle several times, but this is the presentation slide which I like a lot, to be honest. You can see different terminologies like 3E model, ecology, economy, or social triangle, or ESG angle. But Sanko Textile, I can mention then that if we take any action or if we produce anything, always we are caring about the ecology, economical things, and also equity, because we are sure that and we know that we need to be at the heart of this triangle. We need to be in the middle. Otherwise, we cannot talk about, we cannot mention anything about the sustainability. So, which is including biodiversity, materials, energy, human diversity, equity, life quality, employment, technological growth, investment, market forces. All of these parameters are equal importance for Sanko Textile. Of course, we have vision. We want to be a lighthouse in the sustainability transformation journey of the textile industry. So all of our colleagues and the management team, to be honest, are working with this passion. So our mission is positioning Sanko as a leader in the circular economy, because we wanted to change our linear economy perspective to the circular economy. We are almost in there, I can mention. So we are for green products and the processes is our output, and for them our roadmap is transformation, safe production, digitalization, circularity, innovation, and the traceability are the key points regarding to reach our green products and the processes goals. Of course, I mentioned that the first expectation from the countries that is carbon dioxide emissions, and it is 2050. So we want to take position, and we want to do our journey towards carbon neutral in parallel of EU goal. But our goal is to reach this goal by 2040. Therefore, we are making all of our investments and decisions and also preventive actions based on this goal. Therefore, as you can see on the picture, which are located on the right, we already made investment for the renewable energy and almost 15% to the 20% energy is coming from the renewable sources from the Sanko textile part. Recycling line is very honored investment, to be honest, because as I mentioned during the previous slides, that we are not just responsible for our own processes. Also, your choices are getting important day by day, and by March 2022, we made our investment for making recycling cotton in our facilities. So by these investments, it is super affecting our scope 3 carbon dioxide emissions effect and the score. So we are eliminating our waste. We totally turn into circular raw material by making these investments. So by using these materials also, we are creating new collections, which is acceptable based on the eco-design regulations. Of course, measurement is the very crucial point. If you can measure, you can manage, everybody knows. So for the carbon, water footprint are the some of the areas which we are already measuring very carefully. So we are measuring carbon and the water footprint. We are creating our action. We are looking our scores, and we are taking actions accordingly regarding to change the consumptions and looking for new opportunities and new areas what we are improving, and also all of our investments decisions are deciding by making these scores as well. By our 120 years experience and also our recycling facilities and also the expectation about the eco product, we are making our designs based on the eco-friendly perspective and making process optimizations. Renewable energy is our key, to be honest, because electricity is the highest part for everyone, which is creating most carbon dioxide emissions. And as Sanko Textile, we also take these actions and make investments accordingly. And based on these actions, we are able to produce low carbon footprint products in our collections. Of course, these are the actions which we are taking already, but certifications and the memberships are very crucial. As I mentioned previously, we need to make partnership with several parties as well, and also based on the expectation from the governments and also customers, we have several certifications from cradle to cradle, organic production, recycled production. Chemical is super important. We also member of zero discharge. We are using sustainable cotton, and also by the 2 weeks ago, we also have Regenagri standard into our facilities, which is proving that our materials are coming from the sustainable resources. So I already shared our mission and the vision, and we took a lot of actions based on the sustainability perspective. And as a company, we believe in our responsibility. So we know that it is a journey and there is no any destination. So this is the vision which we are looking with already for the sustainability. That is all from my perspective. And if you have any question, you're welcome. Thank you.
If you have any questions, please do not hesitate. And if you don't, we would like to proceed with the presentations. I believe there is no question. Thank you, Mr. Toksöz, for your kind and extensive presentation.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
Hi. So our second speaker would be Ms. Berna Mavigök. So she is the certified mechanical engineer, and she is the Deputy Director of Gaziantep Metropolitan Municipality Energy Management and Climate Change Directorate. And she will be presenting the Gaziantep model to achieve sustainable development goals. So I will give you a brief information, personal information about her. So she was born in 1991 in Gaziantep. She graduated from Gaziantep Anatolian High School in 2009. In 2015, she completed Gaziantep University Mechanical Engineering Education and started to work in Gaziantep Metropolitan Municipality. She continued her duty by completing her master's degree in energy department in 2022. She worked as a control engineer in the energy management and climate change department for 8 years in biogas power plant, solar power plant, and wind power plant. She carried out energy efficiency studies in buildings by obtaining the Green Building Expert Certificate given by the Ministry of Environment and Urbanization. And she took part in various national and international projects to meet the zero carbon targets of our municipality and to combat climate change. So, Ms. Berna, the floor is yours. Berna Hanım, başlayabilirsiniz.
Hi everyone, thank you Ms. Ece. Ece Hanım, ben Türkçe yapacağım.
Tabii Berna.
Herkese merhabalar yeniden. Ben Berna Mavigök. 8 yıldır Gaziantep Büyükşehir Belediyesi'nde enerji yönetimi, iklim değişikliği, enerji verimliliği ve yenilenebilir enerji projeleri ile ilgili çalışıyorum.
So, hi again to everyone. I am Berna Mavigök, and I've been working in Metropolitan Municipality since 8 years, and I've been working on the renewable energy and the other environmental energy sectors.
Gaziantep Büyükşehir Belediyesi olarak sürdürülebilir kalkınma hedeflerine her projemizde değiniyoruz. Tüm projelerimizde sürdürülebilir kalkınma hedeflerini kendimize öncü olarak belirliyoruz. Ve dirençli kentler, kentsel mobilite, yeşil şehirler, yerel turizm, akıllı şehirler, sağlıklı kentler gibi tüm sürdürülebilir başlıklarını tüm projelerimizde öncü alarak bu hedeflere katkıda bulunmayı hedefleyerek bir Gaziantep modeli oluşturduk.
So as Gaziantep Metropolitan Municipality, we've been working on many projects, especially we're focused on these SDGs and especially the ones that we have mentioned on this chart, which says the urban mobility, green cities, and smart cities, inclusive cities, and etc. We've been including all these SDGs in our projects, and we're carrying out our projects accordingly with these SDGs.
Gaziantep Büyükşehir Belediyesi olarak 2011 yılında Türkiye'deki iklim değişikliği eylem planını hazırlayan ilk belediye olduk ve belirli aralıklarla da iklim değişikliği eylem planımızı sürekli güncel tuttuk, güncelledik. 2017 yılında Convention of Mayors'ı imzalayarak 2050 yılına kadar karbondioksit emisyonlarının %80 oranında, 2030 yılına kadarsa %40 oranında azaltım taahhütü verdik. Ve 2018 yılında sürdürülebilir enerji ve iklim eylem planımızı hazırladık.
So as City of Gaziantep, we became the first municipality to prepare the climate change action plan in Turkey in 2011. And we also our municipality, which signs the agreement of presidents in 2017, has committed to reducing the carbon emissions by at least 18% in our city by 2015. And you can see in the table again, accordingly in,
Covenant of Mayors 57 ülkede yürürlükte olan ve dünyanın en kapsamlı iklim ve enerji inisiyatifi. Türkiye'de 37 imzacı şehir ve 17 şehir eylem planı hazırlayan belediyemiz olmuştur. Gaziantep de bu belediyelerden biridir.
So the Conference of Mayors is the world's most comprehensive urban climate and energy initiative in force in 57 countries, and our city has become one of the cities of the signatory cities, and Turkey has 37 signatory cities.
Gaziantep Büyükşehir Belediyesi başkanlar aktine imza attıktan sonra 2050 yılına kadar %80, 2030 yılına kadarsa Gaziantep genelinde %40 oranında sera gazı azaltım taahhütünde bulunmuştur.
So accordingly with this becoming a signatory city, Gaziantep has made the commitment to reduce its carbon emission. In general, in Turkey, it will be 18%, and as the city of Gaziantep, it will be 400.
Hazırlamış olduğumuz Sürdürülebilir Enerji ve İklim Değişikliği Eylem Planı'nda en yüksek sera gazı emisyonunu alan sektör binalar olduğu tespit edildi. Bunu da sanayi ve ulaşım takip etmekte. Bir azaltım raporu hazırladık ve yaklaşık 51 tane proje kartı hazırladık. 2030 yılına kadar %30 oranında karbon emisyonlarımızı azaltmak için binalarda %21 oranında azaltım yapmayı, onun takiben de ulaşımda %11 oranında karbondioksit emisyonlarımızda azaltım yapmayı hedefledik.
So after all this search, we will find out that the carbon emissions are higher in the buildings, and especially in industry and transportation. And we have the 51 projects cards, which are aiming to reduce our carbon emissions 40% by 2013.
Gaziantep Büyükşehir Belediyesi olarak enerji ve iklim planında yer alan 51 proje kartından 23 projeyi tamamladık. 2020 yılında bir izleme raporu hazırladık. Bu SEKAP'ta hazırlamış olduğumuz 51 eylem kartından kaç tanesini hayata geçirebildik, kaç tanesini geçiremedik ve niye geçiremedik diye analizlerde bulunduk. Ve aslında Gaziantep Büyükşehir Belediyesi'ne düşen doğrudan etki alanına giren ulaşım ve binalar sektöründe %23 oranında azaltım sağladığımızı gördük.
So Gaziantep Metropolitan Municipality has completed like 23 projects out of 51 project cards included in the Sustainable Energy and Climate Action Plan. And in these projects, after we completed these projects, we have prepared a monitoring report. And in this report, we see that transportation and building carbon emission reduction has reduced.
Tüm sektörlerde çalışarak 2030 yılına kadar toplam emisyon azaltım miktarımızı %40 oranında azaltım oranımızı sağlamak için çalışmalarımıza devam ediyoruz.
So we are working our studies accordingly to reduce our carbon emissions by the 2013.
İklim değişikliğini artık durdurmak mümkün değil. Evet, iklim değişiyor ve bizi çok ciddi afetler bekliyor. İşte bu noktada 2050 yılına kadar bizi hangi afetler bekliyor ve iklim değişikliği ile ilgili nasıl adaptasyon sağlayabiliriz, nasıl eylemler hazırlayabiliriz diye bir uyum eylem planı hazırlamaya başladık. Yaklaşık 50 eylem kartına sahip olan raporumuz Eylül ayında lansmanı yapılarak yayınlanacak.
Okay.
So as you are also aware, the climate change is nearly unstoppable, and we know that this will lead to many disasters. And so, because of that, we realized the projection about which disaster will be experienced by 2050, and how can we adapt ourselves to the disasters that seems to come to our city. And we have prepared an action plan with around 50 projects, like action cards we have prepared, and our report will be completed by September.
Belediyemize ait toplam kurulu gücü 25 megawatt olan yenilenebilir enerji tesislerimiz var. Bunların arasında biyogaz, hayvansal atık kaynaklı biyogaz, katı atık depolama tesisimiz ve çatı ve arazi güneş enerji santrallerimiz bulunmakta.
So our municipality has an installed power equal to 25.5 megawatts, and these renewable power sources include biogas plants, animal waste derived biogas plants, solar energy plants, and that are put on the roofs of the places. And also I have mentioned biogas centrals, and it's a total of 25.5 megawatts for our city.
Bu tesislerimizi hem biz uzaktan izliyoruz hem de belediyemizin belirli noktalarına kurmuş olduğumuz kiosklarla halka açarak farkındalığı arttırmaya çalışıyoruz. Bu kiosklarda bugüne kadar toplam ürettiğimiz enerjimizi, toplam sağladığımız kazancımızı ve azalttığımız karbondioksit emisyon miktarlarımızı ve kurtardığımız ağaç sayısını göstererek halktaki bilinç oranını arttırmaya çalışıyoruz. Ekranda görmüş olduğunuz rakamlar benim Mart ayında çekmiş olduğum rakamlar. Mart ayında toplam ürettiğimiz elektrik 121 gigawatt, toplam kazancımız 309 milyon TL, azalttığımız karbon emisyonumuz 55 bin ton ve kurtardığımız ağaç 5 milyon taneymiş.
So the renewable centers or plants that we mentioned, as municipality, we are following them remotely, and we also put kiosks around the city in order to raise awareness, because these kiosks show total energy produced, also emissions that we have prevented, trees that we have saved, this kind of information. And I took this photo in March from one of our kiosks, and it says the amount that we saved. For example, total produced energy is 121,451,000 kilowatts. The profit that we made is 309,656,481 Turkish liras. The carbon dioxide emissions that we have prevented or diminished 50,868 tons, and the amount of the trees that we have saved through this emission is 5,100,951.
Gaziantep Şahinbey ilçesi Bağlarbaşı mahallesinde 2 megawatt güneş enerji santrali kurduk. Kurulu gücümüz 2 megawatt, yıllık 3400 megawatt elektrik üretimi gerçekleştiriyoruz ve bugüne kadar 8060 ton karbondioksit salınımı engelledik.
In the district of Şahinbey, it's the central district of Gaziantep. We have a solar power plant in Bağlar, which is named Bağlarbaşı Solar Power Plant, and its installed power is 2 megawatts, and annually it produces 3,400,000 kilowatts per year. This is the electrical energy production, and we have saved through this renewable energy plant, we have saved 8,060 tons of carbon dioxide emission. Devam edebilirsiniz.
Yine Gaziantep Büyükşehir Belediyesi'ne ait sosyal tesis çatılarımıza bir hedefimiz var. Her yıl en az 2 tane sosyal tesisimizin çatısına güneş enerji santrali kurmayı hedefliyoruz. Geçen yıl Engelsiz Yaşam Merkezi çatımızda kurduk ve %100 hibe ile gerçekleştirdik. GIZ'in fonlamış olduğu projede Engelsiz Yaşam Merkezi'nin yaklaşık %50 elektrik tüketimini güneş enerji santralinden karşılamaktayız.
So especially in the social facilities of our municipality, we have a goal. We are planning every year to put 2 solar plants on the roofs of social facilities of Gaziantep Metropolitan Municipality. For example, the one that you see here is called Unobstructed Living Center, and on the roof, as you can see, there is solar power. There's a solar power plant and solar panels. We have realized this through the grants from GIZ that we have received. It's 100% grant, and this system, this power plant, covers the 50% of the whole facility's electrical need.
Yine bu yıl 2 tane sosyal tesisimizin çatısına güneş enerji santrali kurulumunu gerçekleştirdik. Ertuğrul Gazi yüzme havuzunda 78 kW, Yeşil Evler Spor Salonu'nda 55 kW'lık güneş enerji santrali kurduk.
So we have realized the goal of, as I have mentioned, putting 2 solar power plants every year to our social facilities of our municipality. For example, we have did this for this year. We have did this for 2 places. One of them is Ertuğrul Gazi swimming pool, and it has an installed power of 78 kilowatts. And we have also realized it in a sports saloon called Yeşil Evler Sports Saloon, or Yeşil Evler Gym. It's under our municipality, and its installed power is 55 kilowatts.
Her ikisiyle yıllık toplam 108 ton karbondioksit salınımı engellenmiş olacak.
So thanks to both of these projects that we have realized, this will both in total prevent the carbon emission amounts to 108 tons every year.
Hayvansal atık kaynaklı biyogaz enerji santralleri kurduk. Oğuzeli merkezli biyogaz enerji santrali Türkiye'deki ilk hayvansal atık kaynaklı, kamu kurumu tarafından kurulan ilk hayvansal atık kaynaklı tesis olma özelliğine sahiptir. Toplam kurulu gücü 1 megawattır. Bugüne kadar toplamda 21 gigawatt elektrik üretmiş ve 13.000 ton da karbon emisyonu engellenmiştir.
We also have animal waste derived biogas energy plants. For example, our Oğuzeli Central Biogas Energy Plant is the first energy plant in Turkey that is established by a public institution and that works with the animal waste. And its installed power is 1 megawatt, and total electrical production to this day is 21 gigawatts. And also it has prevented 13,020 tons of carbon emission.
Ayrıca 3 megawatt bağbaşı biyogaz enerji santrali kurduk. Bu da yap işlet devlet modeliyle kamu kurumu tarafından hayata geçirilen en yüksek kapasiteli biyogaz enerji santrali olma özelliğine sahiptir.
So we have also Bağbaşı biogas energy plant. It has an installed power. It is realized with the project style of build, operate, and transfer. And it has an installed power of 3 megawatts, and it annually produces 21 gigawatts electrical production, and it annually prevents 9,300 tons of carbon dioxide emission.
Gaziantep Büyükşehir Belediyesi 2021 tarihinde EBRD Yeşil Şehirler Ağı'na katılmıştır. Yeşil Şehirler Ağı'na bugüne kadar 50'den fazla şehir katılmış olup Gaziantep Türkiye'de İzmir, Ankara ve İstanbul'dan sonra Yeşil Şehirler Ağı'na katılan 4. şehir olmuştur.
So in second day of November 2021, our municipality has been a part or participated in EBRD Green Cities initiative. And after İzmir, Ankara, and Istanbul, Gaziantep is the fourth city to participate or join this Green Cities initiative. EBRD.
EBRD Yeşil Şehirler finansman hacmi yaklaşık 3 milyar eurodur ve her geçen günde büyüyen kentsel bir sürdürülebilirlik programıdır. Gaziantep Büyükşehir Belediyesi de buna katılarak Yeşil Şehirler Fonu'ndan yararlanmaya hak kazanmıştır.
So EBRD's financing amount for green cities in total is 3 billion euros, and it's a really extensive sustainability program. And by joining this network or initiative, Gaziantep has gained the right to benefit from the Green Cities Fund that is allocated by the Green Cities Initiative of EBRD.
Yeşil Şehirler Ağı'na katılarak Yeşil Şehir Eylem Planı'nı hazırlamaktayız şu anda ve 2050 yılına kadar Gaziantep'in Yeşil Şehirler Eylem Planı'ndaki vizyonu 2050 yılında doğal kaynaklarını sürdürülebilir bir şekilde yöneten, çalışmalarında işbirliğine ve yeniliğe önem veren, şehirdeki yaşam kalitesini yükselten, net sıfır karbon hedefine ulaşmış iklim hareketinde örnek, yeşil ve dirençli bir şehir olmaktır.
Since joining the Green Cities initiative, Gaziantep has started to prepare a Green City Action Plan, and this plan will make Gaziantep till 2050. It will enable Gaziantep to manage its resources sustainable, put an importance to the cooperation and innovation, a city that raises its life quality, a city that has reached net zero carbon goal, and also it will make Gaziantep a green and resilient city, especially when it comes to the climate change or climate movement.
EBRD Yeşil Şehirler Fonu'yla yapmış olduğumuz hibe ve kredi fonlamasıyla hayata geçirdiğimiz 27 megawatt güneş enerji santrali gelecek yıl Kasım ayında tamamlanmış olacak. Bu tesis hayata geçtiğinde tüm elektrik tüketimimizi yenilenebilir enerjiden kaynaklayan ilk belediye olacağız.
With the 27 megawatts power energy plant that is being realized right now through the EBRD Green Cities Fund, and as a grant and a credit, it's a mix. And November next year, our plant will start working. It will be taken in commission, and Gaziantep will be the first city in Turkey that acquires its electrical need completely, or municipality as a municipality that covers its electrical need wholly from the renewable energy sources.
Tesis ile yıllık 45.900 megawatt elektrik üretimi gerçekleştireceğiz. 28.000 ton da karbondioksit salınımı engellenmiş olacak.
So through this facility, we will realize annually 45,900 megawatts of electrical production, and we will also prevent annually 28,458 tons of carbon dioxide emission.
Yine 27 megawatt güneş enerji santralinin ikinci etabını hayata geçirmek için de çalışmalara başladık. Bunu yapı-işlet devlet modeliyle hayata geçirmeyi planlıyoruz. Şu anda arazi tahsis çalışmalarımız devam ediyor.
So we are also planning to realize the second stage of this 27 megawatts solar power plant. We started to work for it. We are trying to realize this through the method of build, operate, and transfer. Currently, we are working on the land allocation studies for the plant.
Yeşil hidrojen projemiz, araştırma teslim otobüs işletme projemiz devam etmekte. Şu an finans arayışları sürmektedir. 8 megawatt güneş enerji santrali ile entegre edilerek kurulacak tesiste hidrojen üretimi gerçekleşecek ve hidrojenli otobüsler satın alınarak elektrikli otobüslere bir alternatif olarak hidrojenli temiz ulaşım modeli geliştirilmektedir.
8 megawatt mı dediniz?
8 megawatt.
Bu bir hidrojen ayrıştırma tesisi olacak.
Evet ama
Tamam.
8 megawatt güneş enerji santraliyle karşılayacak elektriğini.
Anladım, tamam, pekala. So we also have another project. It is aimed at green hydrogen degradation facility or plant, and it will be connected to our bus operations. And this project will acquire energy from a solar power plant that produces 8 megawatts of energy, and it will produce hydrogen. And we will also buy hydrogen buses, and we will use this hydrogen that's acquired through the renewable energy source, and we will create an alternative to the electrical bus system that we have, a clean alternative.
Rüzgar enerji santrali için 2015 yılından beri çalışmalarımızı sürdürüyoruz. 2015 yılında ölçümlerini tamamladık. Yaklaşık bir 30 megawatt kurulu güç için bir fizibilite hazırladık. Toplam 90 milyon kilowatt saat elektrik üretimi planlıyoruz ve tesis ile yaklaşık 38.900 ton karbon salınımı engellenmesi planlanıyor. Projenin uygulanması için 38 milyon euroluk bir yatırım bedeli var ve bu proje için finans arayışlarımız devam ediyor.
So when it comes to wind power or wind-derived power or wind-based plants, we have been working on this concept starting with 2015, and we have realized the feasibility studies and related measurements related with this project. We are planning to build a wind energy plant in Nurdağ. It's called Nurdağ Wind Energy Plant, and its plant in feasibility, its plant installed power will be 30 megawatts. Its plant total electrical production will be 90,520,000 kilowatts per year. The aimed prevented carbon emission annually will be equal to 38,900 tons. In order to realize this project, we have an investment cost that is equal to 38,525,500 euros. And we are also looking for the related funds that will be invested for this project.
Çeşitli enerji verimliliği çalışmaları da yürütüyoruz. İlk olarak enerji verimliliğinde kendi binamızdan başlayarak hizmet binamızda enerji etüdümüzü yaptırarak verimlilik arttırıcı projeler ortaya çıkarttık. Ve bu verimlilik arttırıcı projeleri soğutma grubu değişimi, aydınlatma değişimi, yalıtımın yapılması gibi birçok proje uygulayarak binamıza BREEAM In-Use sertifikasını excellent seviyede almaya hak kazandık.
Excellent seviyede dediniz değil mi? So we are also realizing projects and gaining certificates when it comes to energy efficiency. We have started with our municipal building, as you can see on the left. We have realized an energy efficiency study for our building, and through this study, we have realized changes in the electrical consumption of our municipality, especially when it comes to lighting of the municipality and other utilities. And we have also gained the right to receive the certificate that is called BREEAM In-Use certificate. In an excellent degree, we have received this certificate as the first municipality in Turkey.
Yine belediyemize ait 5 tane tesisimizde enerji etüt çalışmaları yaptık ve bu enerji etüt çalışmalarının neticesinde ortaya çıkan verimlilik arttırıcı projeleri hayata geçirmek için kamuda enerji performans sözleşmeleri tebliğince ihale ettik.
İhale ettik derken efendim?
İhaleye çıktık, henüz ihale aşamasında.
Bu etüt çalışmalarının yapılımının sonucundaki değişiklikleri yapmak için mi? Sonuçta
Evet,
çıkan. Tamam.
evet. Etüt çalışmasının sonucunda verimlilik arttırıcı projeler ortaya çıkarttık ve bu verimlilik arttırıcı projeleri hayata geçirmek için enerji performansı sözleşmeleri diye bir yönetmeliğimiz var. Ona uygun olarak ihale çalışmalarını başlattık.
Our municipality is also working for energy efficiency in our other centers or facilities. For example, one of them is, as I mentioned, the municipal service building. The other one is asphalt production site. The other one is the S3 cemetery, and also in the Burj Forest. We have realized these studies in order with the regulation called energy performance agreements in public institutions, and we have realized these studies, and now we have produced projects that will enable us to achieve energy efficiency. So we are currently now, in order to implement these projects, we are currently in the tender process for these projects.
Sıfır karbon binalar projesi, ulusal yönetimlerin binalarını iyileştirme ve eylemlerini hızlandırmalarına yardımcı olan ve GEF tarafından finanse edilen bir kamu özel işbirliği olan Building Efficiency Accelerator platformları aracılığıyla uygulanmaktadır. Proje sonunda Türkiye'den 2 tane pilot şehir seçildi. Konya ve Gaziantep olarak belirlendi ve projeyle Gaziantep yapı sektörü karbonsuzlaştırma yerel eylem planı ortaya konuldu. Aynı rapor Konya için de hazırlandı.
We also have a project called Zero Carbon for Buildings. This program is a program that enables national governments or local governments that to better their situation when it comes to carbon, and it is funded by the
Mustafa Bey, sesiniz gitti ama.
Berna Hanım, hemen ilgileniyorum ben.
Tamamdır.
Ben uyarıyorum kendisini bir saniye. So, can you hear me?
Evet.
Okay, let me continue then. This program will be implemented through the Building Efficiency Accelerator platform, which is a public-private partnership financed by the Global Environment Facility and assists national governments in accelerating building improvement actions. And Gaziantep Metropolitan Municipality has been selected as one of the two pilot cities, and the other pilot city is Konya. And yeah.
Ekolojik köy projemiz Gaziantep'te mevcut bir köyde ekolojik tasarım, yeşil üretim, ekolojik mimari, yeşil ulaşım, sıfır atık ve su tasarrufu gibi yöntemlerden yararlanarak Gaziantep'te doğanın döngülerine saygılı, enerji kaynaklarına etkin bir biçimde kullanıldığı bir köy hayal ediyoruz. İsterseniz söylemeye devam edeyim.
We have an ecological village. In this village, our main goal is to provide the ecological design, green production, ecological engineering, green transportation, zero waste, and water saving water. And the general aim again of this project is to develop an ecological environment in Gaziantep, which represents the circles of nature, uses energy resources efficiently, and turns our city into a more environmentally friendly and sensitive city.
Projemiz için çalışmaya başladık Aslında depremden en çok etkilenen bir köyümüzü seçtik. Yaklaşık 64 hanelik bir köy seçtik. Bu köyün 33 hanesi zaten depremden kaynaklı yıkılmıştı. Biz hem yeni binaların yapımının ekolojik tasarımına uygun olarak hem de mevcuttaki binaların renovasyonunu gerçekleştirerek depremden en çok etkilenen bir köyde projemizi gerçekleştirmek için çalışmalara başladık.
So as Gaziantep Metropolitan Municipality, we have started our studies, especially after the earthquake. We decided our location accordingly with this. The village that we're going to work will have the 64 households, and this village has 33 collapsed house. And we're gonna try to make the new houses with the ecological design, and we also restore these damaged houses with these ecological designs again.
Bunun dışında farkındalık ve bilinçlendirme çalışmaları yürütüyoruz. Daire başkanlığımız olarak bugüne kadar 370 öğrenciye çevre bilinci eğitimi verdik. 2 adet atık matik kurduk şehrin belirli noktalarına. 0 atık köşeleri oluşturduk. Çeşitli animasyon filmleri, tiyatro gösterileri hazırladık. Ve akıllı telefon uygulamaları oluşturarak farkındalık ve bilinçlendirme çalışmalarını yürütmeye devam ediyoruz.
So accordingly with our other studies, we have established different awareness raising studies and trainings, and we have the awareness raising studies in different scales, and we have trainings to 370,000 of students, and we have sorry? If someone said something? Okay. And we have two units of waste matrix, which is for the use of waste materials to be putting inside. So there is also animation movies and theaters and etc. to educate and educate these students accordingly.
Yine şehrimizde billboardlara iklim kriziyle ilgili afişler asarak toplum bilincini ve farkındalığını arttırmaya yönelik çalışmalar yaptık. Kendi personelimizin enerji verimliliği konusunda farkındalığını arttırmak için her personel bilgisayarını ilk açtığında çeşitli pop-up'lar hazırladık ve bilgisayarlarını açtıklarında küçük enerji verimliliği ile ilgili bilgiler verdik.
So in our public buildings, we make a new study, like for example, when our personnel are open their computers, there are some codes which is to make the to make them see those pop-ups to raise awareness. These are the pop-ups that are some see when they open their computers.
Çeşitli iklim kampanyaları ve iklim oyunu hazırladık. Çocukların iklim değişikliğiyle mücadeleye daha kolay adapte olmaları ve daha kolay öğrenmeleri için yine farkındalık çalışmalarımıza devam ediyoruz.
Berna'nın sesinizi alamadım şu anda.
Yine iklim kampanyası ve iklim oyunu çalışmaları yürüttük. 0-6 yaş arasındaki çocukların iklim değişikliğiyle mücadele edebilmesi için çeşitli farkındalık uygulamalarına devam ediyoruz.
So we have continued our awareness raising studies in different scales. For example, we are giving some educations to the children who are at the age of 0 to 6, and they are being educated about the climate change.
Ayrıca Gaziantep WWF'in düzenlemiş olduğu We Love Cities yarışmasında Avrupa, Afrika ve Batı Asya'da en çok sevilen şehir unvanını almaya hak kazanmıştır.
So Gaziantep became the most loved city in Europe, Africa, and West Asia in the WWF competition.
Evet, bunlar da bugüne kadar almış olduğumuz ödüllerimiz.
So these are our awards which we received.
Teşekkür ediyorum. Beni
Thank you
dinlediğiniz
so
için.
much.
Soru varsa yanıtlayabilirim.
So if you have any questions, please ask. Bir artık devam.
I believe there is no questions, or if you have questions, you can also type it through the chat. Okay, I believe everything is understood clearly. Thank you for your extensive presentation, Madam Berna. We will continue with our third speaker, Madam Virginia Kareflaki. So I will give a brief summary of the CV of her, and I will start a little with Turkish, and also I will continue with the English version. Türkçe olarak başlıyorum. Virginia Kareflaki, sanat ve iletişim, özellikle City Unicoloj'da dijital pazarlama, Atina Ulusal ve Kapodistrian Üniversitesi'nde web tasarımı, IEK Akmi şirketinde reklamcılık ve ABS Art Design'de grafik tasarım okudu. Dijital pazarlamacı ve yaratıcı sanat yönetmeni olarak 15 yıllık çalışma deneyimi var. Portföyü Coca-Cola, Pfizer, AstraZeneca, Roche ve diğerleri gibi büyük şirketler için kampanya oluşturmayı içermekte. Ayrıca sürdürülebilirlik raporlarını hazırlamak için çeşitli şirketlerde de çalışmış bulunmakta kendisi. I will realize this in English. She has studied arts and communication, specifically digital marketing at the City Unity College, web design at National Kapodistrian University of Athens, advertising at IEK Acme, and graphic design at ABS Art and Design. She has 15 years of experience working as a digital marketer and creative art director. Her portfolio includes campaign creation for major companies such as Coca-Cola, Pfizer, AstraZeneca, Roche, and others. Additionally, she had worked with various companies on producing sustainability reports. Madam Virginia, do you have your presentation ready? You can share your presentation through the screen, madam.
Yes. Good afternoon to everyone.
Herkese iyi öğleden sonralar dilerim.
No, excuse me. There is a little problem.
Screen sharing is enabled for you, sir, madam.
I have two screens, and that's why I have this little problem right now.
Ah, I see. Virginia Hanım küçük bir sorun yaşadı iki ekran kullandığı için.
Can you see the? No.
We cannot see the presentation, unfortunately, right now.
Is it okay now?
still cannot see your presentation. If you would like, we can move to the next presentation and come back to you again, if possible.
Thank you.
Okay.
Excuse
You're
me.
welcome. No problem at all. No problem at all. So we will bir sonraki konuşmacıdan devam edeceğiz hanımefendi hazırlayana kadar. So we will continue with our fourth speaker, Madam Panagiota Navrozoglu, till Madam Virginia prepares the part that is related with screen sharing. Madam Panagiota Navrozoglu, are you there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wonderful.
Can you hear me well?
Yes, we hear you clearly. So our first speaker is an EU project manager, external partner, and I will realize a brief explanation in Turkish, if it's possible, and then I will continue with the English part. So in Turkish, I'm starting. Sayın Panagiota Navrozoglu, Yunanistan'dan katılıyor kendisi. Çevre bilimleri diplomasına sahip. AB proje yöneticisi ve teklif oluşturma kısmında çalışıyor proje teklifi. Kadın girişimciliği, yeşil sektör, sürdürülebilirlik için AB fonları kapsamında yazarlık yapmakta. Bu Erasmus Plus projeleri de buna dahil. Ayrıca proje uygulamasını da aşağıdaki özelliklere dayalı olarak takibini gerçekleştirmekte. Örneğin Avrupa Yeşil Politikaları, Avrupa Yeşil Anlaşması kapsamında gibi konularda da araştırmaları mevcuttur. Yunanistan'daki elektrik ile ilgili atık yönetimi konusunda çalışmakta. Aynı zamanda geri dönüşüm konusunda çalışmakta. Kendisi bu alanda geri dönüşüm, tüketim alışkanlıkları ve vatandaşların algıları başlıklı bir yüksek lisans tezine sahip. Ve aynı zamanda Makedonya ormanlarında onaylı yönetim çalışmaları, meşre yapısı, çat dağılımları ve alometrik denklemler konusunda da bir çalışması var hanımefendinin. Now I will realize this in English. Madam Panagiota Navrozoglu is the speaker that is participating from Greece. She has a diploma in environmental sciences. She is an EU project manager and proposal writer under EU funds for women entrepreneurship, green sector, sustainability. One example to this is Erasmus Plus projects. She also monitors the project implementation based on European green policies, which is under the European Green Deal. She has researches on the titles of management of electrical and electronic waste in Greece, recycling consumption habits, and citizens' perceptions as her master's thesis. And also she has a study or thesis on investigation of approved management studies in the forests of Macedonia, stand structure, diameter distributions, and allometric equations. Madam Panagiota Navrozoglu, you may start with your presentation. I would be very delighted if you give me some intervals while realizing your presentation for the translation.
Okay, so before starting my presentation, I would like also to introduce myself, just to highlight a few things that I'm environmentalist and I'm working on other projects for ISD. I have started working before a year for this organization, and still now I'm running and I'm implementing to another project based on European Green Deal practices, and it's also how we can approach this issue and to integrate the origin as STEM activities produced for SDG strategy in a school environment, and also partners in the other project that I'm running too. It's also Turkey and Italy. So I have some kind of experience and already work on that part very thoroughly. So starting with my presentation.
May I translate in a summarized version?
Oh, sorry.
Öncelikle kendimi tanıtmak istedim. The company's name was ISD.
ISD, yeah.
Kendimi kısaca tanıtmak isterim. ISD'de bir yıl önce kadar çalışmaya başladım. Bu çalışmam Avrupa Yeşil Anlaşma, bu European Green Deal ile ilgili konuları içermekte. Aynı zamanda sürdürülebilir kalkınma hedefleri konusunda da çalışmalar yürütmekteyim. Bu alanda deneyim sahibi biriyim. Bu alanda Türkiye ve İtalya'da çalışmalarımı sürdürmekteyim. You may continue, but please give intervals every 2 sentences because this will be a long journey for us.
Yeah, don't worry. Presentation is very short, so I'm going to give you in every slide, let's say, time to translate.
Thank you.
Whatever you need. Okay, so starting my presentation, first of all, I would like to make some introduction about Green Cross Cooperation. So Green Cross Cooperation refers to the collaborative efforts of diverse stakeholders such as civil society, public and private sector organizations to work together towards sustainable development goals. As I mentioned before, it emphasizes the importance of integrated approach where environmental, social, economic aspects are considered in policy making. And of course, the focus is on fostering partnership, knowledge exchange, and research sharing to achieve collective impact.
Öncelikle bu Green çapraz işbirliği, yeşil çapraz işbirliği konuyu anlamak konusunda bir giriş yapmak isterim. Yeşil çapraz işbirliği aslında şuna tekabül etmektedir. Kolaboratif bir şekilde, kolektif bir şekilde çeşitli paydaşlarla işbirliği yapmayı içermektedir. Bu yeşil çapraz işbirliğine ulaşmak için. Bu ortaklar sivil toplum, kamu, aynı zamanda özel sektör organizasyonları ve bunların işbirliği halinde bu konsept sürdürülebilir kalkınma hedefleri doğrultusunda çalışmasını içermektedir. Can you please return back? Bu aynı zamanda bu konsept entegre bir yaklaşımın önemini vurgulamaktadır. Bu yaklaşımın içerisinde de çevresel, sosyal ve ekonomik yönler politika yapma konusunda göz önünde bulundurulmaktadır. Bu konseptin odak noktası ortaklıklar oluşturmak, bilgi değişimini sağlamak paydaşlar arasında ve kaynak paylaşımını kolektif bir etkiye ulaşmak için birleştirmektir. You may continue.
Fostering Green Cross Cooperation, I would like, of course, to refer that it's a virtual transnational vocational sharings serve as a catalyst for Green Cross Cooperation among participants from civil society, public and private sectors. The webinar facilitate the formation of networks and collaboration leading to joint projects that tackle environmental and social challenges as we discussed and as we organized this one. Strengthening partnership across different sectors enhances the collective impact towards a sustainable future.
Yeşil çapraz işbirliği oluşturma konusunda da şunlardan bahsetmek isterim. Bu konsept altında sanal, uluslararası mesleki paylaşımlar gerçekleştirmek bir katalist, bir hızlandırıcı güç olarak yeşil çapraz işbirliğini güçlendirmektedir. Ve bu paylaşımlarda sivil toplum, halk ve sivil toplum, kamu ve özel sektör bir arada yer almaktadır. Bu webinarlar, gerçekleştirilecek sanal webinarlar, networklerin ve işbirliklerinin oluşturulmasını tesis edecek ve aynı zamanda çevresel ve sosyal mücadeleler ve zorluklar konusunda ortak projelerin oluşturulmasını sağlayacaktır. Farklı sektörlerin bir arada olması ve bu ortaklıkların güçlendirilmesi daha sürdürülebilir bir gelecek için kolektif bir etki yaratacaktır.
Now some advantages of virtual transnational vocational sharings is, of course, it's cost effective. It's a procedure that is very cost effective. Virtual events eliminate the need for travel, making it easier for participants from different countries to join. Of course, we discuss about the inclusivity. It's very important to be all of the partner countries to be inclusive, enable border participation, including those who may face physical barriers to attending in-person events. And of course, we have time efficiency. So for that reason, it's something that the transnational sharings can occur in real time and or be recorded for later viewing, accommodating different diverse schedules. So I think that these three points that I mentioned are very important and are some of the advantages that we face when we organize something like this. So.
Şimdi de bu sanal uluslararası mesleki paylaşımlar şu an gerçekleştirdiğimiz gibi avantajlarından bahsetmek isterim. Öncelikle bu çok maliyet açısından verimli bir yöntem. Sanal etkinlikler düzenlemek bu şekilde seyahat etme ihtiyacını ortadan kaldırıyor ve farklı ülkelerden katılımcıların katılmasını kolaylaştırıyor. Bunun dışında kapsayıcı bir yönü var. Bu daha geniş bir çapta, skalada katılıma imkan veriyor ve bazı fiziksel bariyerleri olan insanların da yine şahsi olarak katılabilecekleri bir etkinlik niteliği taşımakta. Bunun yanı sıra zaman açısından çok verimli. Bu uluslararası paylaşımlar gerçek zamanda gerçekleştirilebiliyor ve aynı zamanda kaydedilip farklı takvimleri olan insanların da bu paylaşımları, bu bilgi paylaşımlarını izleyebilmelerini ve deneyimleyebilmelerini sağlıyor. Ben şahsi olarak bu üç noktanın herhangi bir etkinlik organize ederken yaşadığımız problemleri düşündüğümüzde çok önemli noktalar olduğunu düşünmekteyim.
So let's talk about the European Green Deal. This is the main issue, the main topic that we need to discuss a little bit and you need to be focused on. So European Green Deal, it's a comprehensive strategy aimed at making Europe climate neutral by 2015. It covers various sectors like energy, transport, agriculture, striving for a sustainable, inclusive and competitive economy. And of course, UN SDG strategies, sustainable development goals. This is the original and official terminology about SDGs. This is abbreviation. So it's 17 global goals, as the previous speakers mentioned and shown to their presentations. 17 global goals to address poverty, inequality, climate change, environmental degradation, and promote prosperity for all by 2030. And there are too many other things that we need to discuss on that part, but this is the shorter version of this list. So if you want to make a translation.
Şimdi Avrupa Yeşil Anlaşması ve Birleşmiş Milletler'in sürdürülebilir kalkınma hedeflerinden bahsetmek istiyorum. Öncelikle Avrupa Yeşil Anlaşması'dan bahsederek başlayacağım. Avrupa Yeşil Anlaşması Avrupa'yı iklim açısından nötr bir hale, 2050 yılına kadar nötr bir hale getirmeyi amaçlayan kapsamlı bir stratejidir. Bu anlaşma, bu strateji farklı sektörleri içinde barındırmaktadır. Bu sektörler enerji, ulaşım, tarım ve aynı zamanda mücadeleci, sürdürülebilir ve kapsayıcı bir ekonomiye ulaşmaktır. Diğeri ise Birleşmiş Milletler Sürdürülebilir Kalkınma Hedefleri. Daha önce de diğer konuşmacıların da sunumlarında bahsettiği gibi 17 küresel hedef vardır bunların içinde. Tabii ki bunda hepsi yer almıyor şu an söyleyeceklerimin arasında ama genel olarak özetlemek istediğim için söylüyorum. Amacı 2030 yılına kadar fakirlik, eşitsizlik, iklim değişikliği, çevresel bozulma ve aynı zamanda herkesin refaha ulaşması, dünyada yaşayan herkesin refaha ulaşması gibi konulara hitap etmeyi amaçlamaktadır.
And of course, moving on to vocational training and skill development, I would like to mention, of course, that vocational training plays a crucial role in equipping individuals with necessary skills to thrive in green energy, in a green economy. So I think it's a very important step in the frame of SDG strategy and all this that we mentioned before, to provide this vocational training and to provide all this training session to people that need to be educated well. So collaboration between educational institutions and the government and businesses, and they can help tailor training programs to meet the evolving demands of sustainable industries, and of course investment. We need to invest also to women's vocational training, because with that way we need to enhance gender equality, and this procedure provide us and contribute to a sustainable workforce. So.
Mesleki eğitimler ve yetenek geliştirme, yetenek edindirme konusundan bahsetmek isterim. Mesleki eğitimler bireylerin ilgili gerekli yetenekleri elde etmesini ve yeşil bir ekonomide tutunabilmesini, orada daha iyi bir konuma gelebilmesi konusunda bu mesleki eğitimler çok kritik bir rol oynamakta. Bunun dışında tabii ki bu yetenekleri edinmeleri aynı zamanda onların sürdürülebilir kalkınma hedeflerinde hedeflenen hedeflere de bireylerin ulaşmasını sağlayacak bir konu. Eğitim enstitüleri, eğitim kurumları, hükümetler, devletler ve işler, yani farklı şirketler, işler bu eğitim programlarının uygun hale getirilmesine bireye özel ve aynı zamanda sürdürülebilir endüstrilerde, sürdürülebilir sanayinin ihtiyaçlarını karşılayabilecek hale bireylerin getirilmesinde işbirliği yapabilirler. Aynı zamanda kadınların mesleki eğitimine yatırım yapmak, cinsiyet eşitliğini sağlama konusunda bizi güçlendirmekte ve aynı zamanda sürdürülebilir bir çalışma gücüne, iş gücünün oluşturulmasına katkı sağlamaktadır.
Okay, and continue on to empowering women entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs actually, about women entrepreneurs, and they can drive a sustainable innovation and social change. So with the previous procedure that we mentioned about the vocational training, we need to enhance this part on the entrepreneurship world, let's say. And also another very important issue we need to discuss is about how to encouraging women participation in entrepreneurship and provide them with adequate support, and with this procedure we promote inclusivity, and we make their job more value, let's say, and give them the chance to be part of a labor market and be active on that part. If you want to be translated, or because it's short, and I would like to. Okay. Yeah.
Şimdiki kısım kadınların güçlendirilmesi ve girişimcilerin güçlendirilmesiyle ilgili. Kadın girişimcileri desteklemek özellikle önemli. Çünkü az önce bahsettiğim mesleki eğitimler ve aynı zamanda bireylerin gerekli yeteneklere erişmesi ilgili işler için ile çok ilişik bir konumda. Çünkü kadın girişimciler sürdürülebilir inovasyonu ve sosyal değişimi de tetikleyebilecek konuma sahipler. Aynı zamanda dikkat etmemiz gereken başka bir konu, kadınların girişimciliğe katkıları konusunda kadınları cesaretlendirmek, yani bu konuda neler yapabileceğimiz üzerine aynı zamanda çalışmak ve onlara kapsayıcı bir büyümeye sebep olabilecek, büyümeyi sağlayabilecek ilgili destekleri bu kadınlara sağlamak ve bunun sonucunda daha sürdürülebilir bir iş dünyası, iş piyasası oluşturmak.
Okay, and moving on to another issue, another topic, it's about environment and climate change. Of course, climate change poses a severe threat to our planet, demanding immediate and collective action. Collaboration between public and private sector can promote green technologies, renewable energy, and sustainable practices. And of course, civil society's engagement and advocacy play a vital role in holding policymakers accountable for effective climate action. So I think that these are three bullet points that conclude somehow the main idea of how we need to approach these two topics and how we need to combine them. And after that, before ending my presentation, I need to discuss with you some needs, shortcomings and suggestions, but after translation.
Thank you. Aynı zamanda şimdi çevre ve iklim değişikliği konusundan bahsetmek isterim. Bu aslında gördüğünüz nokta çok önemli noktalar olmakta ve aynı zamanda ana fikri de oluşturmaktadır. Şundan bahsetmek isterim. İklim değişikliği gezegenimiz için çok ciddi bir tehdit niteliği taşımakta şu an ve ani direkt müdahaleye ve kolektif eylemlere geçmemiz gerektiğini göstermekte. Aynı zamanda kamu ve özel sektör arasındaki işbirliğinin yeşil teknolojilerin teşviğini, yenilenebilir enerjiyi ve sürdürülebilir uygulamaların oluşmasını sağlayabileceğini vurgulamak isterim. Buna ek olarak sivil toplumun bu sürece dahil olması ve aynı zamanda sivil toplumun bu konuda savunuculuğu, politika yapıcıları, ülkelerdeki politika yapıcıları etkili ve verimli iklim eylemleri alma konusunda hesap verebilir duruma getirmek için çok kritik bir rol oynamakta.
Okay, so at that point, I would like to mention, of course, some needs, shortcomings, and suggestions. Of course, we need to identify the gaps in the current green cross cooperation efforts. Of course, it's very important to address shortcomings such as inadequate funding and insufficient stakeholder engagement. And of course, we need to suggest some measures to enhance collaboration, such as knowledge sharing, platforms, and capacity building projects, programs, European programs. As already mentioned, that I have involvement to one of them, except for this one. And I would like also to mention some further steps that is could be to advocate for policies that prioritize sustainability and align with the European Green Deal, because it's very important to approach first of all the idea and the mentality behind this policy, and then we need to think how to make it real, to make it more practical, and to adapt it in a vocational training process. Of course, we need to strengthen green cross cooperation networks to facilitate collaboration and collective action, and encourage the private sector to invest in sustainable practices and environmentally friendly technologies. So for that reason, we need to start collaboration with different fields, private and public sector, in order to have bigger field of opportunities, let's say, and to combine maybe somehow different companies or sectors that involving with environmental practices. So if you want to make certain translation from this slide.
Thank you.
Yeah, the previous one.
This one is okay. Şimdi bu konuştuğumuz alanlardaki ihtiyaçlar, yetersizlikler ve öneriler konusundan bahsetmek isteyeceğim. Öncelikle yeşil çapraz işbirliği çabaları içerisindeki eksiklikler, boşluklar varsa bu boşlukların tanımlanması gerekmekte. İkinci olarak yetersizliklere yönelik, örneğin yetersiz fon ya da yetersiz paydaş dahiliyeti gibi durumlarla ilgili çalışmalar yapılması gerekmekte. Bu yetersizliklerin belirlenmesi gerekmekte. Aynı zamanda işbirliğini güçlendirecek önlemlerin önerilmesi gerekmekte. Bu eylemler bilgi paylaşım platformları ve aynı zamanda kapasite geliştirme programları olabilir. Can you go to the next slide?
Yes.
Sürdürülebilir geleceğe ulaşmaktaki daha ileri adımlardan ben bahsetmek isterim. Bu konuda şunu söyleyebilirim. Avrupa Yeşil Anlaşması ve aynı zamanda Birleşmiş Milletler'in sürdürülebilir kalkınma hedefleriyle uyum içerisinde olan, aynı çizgide olan politikaların sürdürülebilirlik konusunda önceliklendirilmesi gerektiğini düşünmekteyim. Aynı zamanda yeşil çapraz işbirliğinin işbirliği ağlarının güçlendirilmesi gerektiğini düşünmekteyim. Bunun da amacı işbirliğini ve kolektif eyleme geçebilmeyi daha da kolaylaştırmak. Bunun yanı sıra özel sektörün sürdürülebilir uygulamalara ve aynı zamanda çevre dostu teknolojilere yatırım yapmasını cesaretlendirilmesi gerektiğini düşünüyorum. Bu farklı alanlarda fırsatlar bize bunu yaparak farklı alanda fırsatlar oluşturabiliriz. Aynı zamanda bunu yapmak için de farklı sektörleri ve şirketleri bir araya getirmek gibi yollara gidebiliriz. You may continue.
Okay, I think that is all because I have now the conclusion. If you want to mention it, or in a very short lines, I would like to tell that the Green Cross Corporation, of course, of civil society, public and private sector organization is very vital in achieving a sustainable future. Together, we can work towards creating an inclusive and environmentally responsible society for that reason. And we need to embark on this journey of change and empowerment, leaving a last legacy for the next generations. So I think that that is all about my presentation. Thank you for your attention. Çok teşekkür ederim.
Rica ederiz şimdiden. Thank you very much. Now we'll realize the translation. Sunumumu bitirdiğimi belirtmek isterim. Çıkarımlarımdan bahsetmek istiyorum son kısımda. Yeşil çapraz işbirliği, sivil toplum, kamu ve özel sektör bu işbirliğinin özel sektör ve sivil toplum, kamu gibi organizasyonla işbirliği içerisinde gerçekleştirilmesi sürdürülebilir bir geleceğe ulaşmak için özellikle çok önemlidir. Bunu belirtmek isterim. İkinci olarak birlikte kapsayıcı ve çevre açısından sorumluluk sahibi bir topluma erişme konusunda çalışabileceğimizi belirtmek isterim. Diyorum ki bu yola beraber çıkalım. Bu bir değişim yolu ve güçlendirme yolu aslında. Ve bu yolun sonucunda da biz uzun yıllar boyunca sürecek bir miras bırakalım gelecek jenerasyonlara demek istiyorum. Beni dinlediğiniz için çok teşekkür ederim.
Okay, so thank you. We're moving on to the next. Sorry for that. I'm closing my presentation and stop sharing it.
So our third speaker was Madam Virginia Karaflaki. Madam, are you able to share your presentation? Can you try it? Madam Virginia?
Yes. Good afternoon. I'll try to share my presentation, but I couldn't give a try before you give me the access.
Ah, I see. Maybe this time it will work. Hopefully.
So can you see the presentation now?
We still cannot see the presentation, madam. Unfortunately, I do not know how can I assist you, but
I'm trying to also, please give me.
if you want, we can go to the next speaker, and you can, by the way, you can while we are continuing the presentations, you can maybe Google the screen sharing features of Zoom application. Because I do not know what is the problem that you're experiencing.
I do not know either. That's why, and excuse me for the
No
delay.
problem. No problem at all.
So
but if you want, you can.
I give a try, one more try.
Okay.
Or else,
Okay.
We could. I could share it with another way, send to a colleague and share it for me.
Maybe. Belki eğer gerçekleştiremezse hanımefendi ekranı paylaşmayı başka bir kişiye iletecek ve onun açmasını rica edecek ekran paylaşımını. Maybe since you are both in Greece, maybe you can share it with Madam Panagiota Navrazoglu, if possible. Maybe she can share it. Just a suggestion.
Or Areti Katsamagu, it's an option. I have the mail. That's why.
You may. It's up to you, madam. It's up to you.
Okay. Thank you. So I made this because I think that I will have a delay. So would you like to let my colleague Areti Katsamagu share the presentation? I have already shared it with her. So
who did you share the presentation with, madam? I couldn't hear.
Areti Katsamagu is. I've already shared it.
Okay, we are waiting. But we can also continue with the next presentation and get back to you again, if possible,
Okay.
because of the time limit. So, because of the technical issues, we will now move to the next speaker. I believe she is Maria Luisa, Madam Maria Luisa.
Hello.
Hello, madam.
The camera is closed. I can't put into practice camera, but at least I can speak. Now.
Oh, now it works. Now it works, madam. Wonderful.
Okay. Okay. I'm starting. My name is Maria Luisa. Yeah?
1 minute.
1 minute.
I believe you want to make your own introduction.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
Okay.
My name is Maria Luisa, and my surnames are Rubiolus. I am an English teacher of primary education in Spain. I also give classes in Spanish about all the subjects we have in our country for children of these ages. I'm working for the government of Aragon. And my subject, is the importance of motivating girls in science. As introduction.
Okay. If you give me quick breaks to translate, that will be perfect.
Okay.
Okay. So kendileri İspanya'dan Luisa Rubia Ores İspanya'dan katılıyorlar. Hispanik filoloji lisans derecesinde ve yabancı dil yüksek lisans uzmanlığı ve Fransızca uzmanlığına sahip kendileri. 2000 yılının Ocak ayından bu yana da hem Navarra Özerk Topluluğu'nda hem de Aragon Özerk Topluluğu'nda farklı eğitim merkezlerinde geçici öğretmen olarak görev yapmakta kendileri. Kültür Derneği bülteni ve Aygare ve İNASİTA yani İnovasyon, Girişimcilik ve Girişimcilik, Bilgi ve İletişim Teknolojileri Derneği gibi birçok STK'nın da üyesi kendileri. Please continue.
Okay. Although it seems boys and girls, men and women have the same, or at least similar rights, history shows us that it's not like this. Because women have had lots of barriers in this area. Even in this century, there is a failure about self-confidence. Girls are advancing step by step in this issue. To achieve equality in the scientist field, girls must be motivated from the very beginning by means of easy and basic actions and activities such as encourage them to create by providing resources or educational games and making home inventions or home experiments suitable for their ages. Read books or scientists rooming together. By the way, later we see biographies of these very special women. Also watch documentaries and biographical films together like Gorillas in the Mist, invite professionals into the classrooms, attend museums, talk, exhibitions and workshops, the role of relevant women in the world of science, stimulate their reasoning, help them in their search for the correct answer to their questions. And of course, most of all, answer all the questions, push their curiosity, foster their curiosity.
Madam, sorry, you need to give some breaks to translation.
Okay.
Okay.
To finish this, foster their curiosity is the first step of learning and exploring the world. You can watch other strategies proposed at the end, just before the biographies.
Okay.
Yes. And stop it.
Eğitim ve istihdam alanında cinsiyet eşitliği, adil ve eşit bir toplumun gelişimi için çok önemli bir konumdur aslında. Bununla birlikte tarih boyunca kadınlar benim gibi belirli alanlarda katılımlarını sınırlayan çok sayıda engel ve klişe ile karşılaşmışlardır. Bu eşitsizliği ele almak ve kızlarımızı gelecekte bilimde okumaya ve çalışmaya motive etmek adına çalışmak çok önem arz etmektedir. Bu motivasyon yalnızca bireysel olarak kızlara fayda sağlamakla kalmayacaktır ve aynı zamanda bilimsel ve teknolojik ilerlemeyi, yenilikçiliği ve problem çözmeyi teşvik ederek toplumun geneline önemli faydalar sağlayacaktır. Please continue.
Yeah. It is a process of teaching, learning, and vice versa. It deals with acting constantly, having lots of patience. Orientating girls to study science is a wonderful task. Helping them by motivation and supporting allows girls to evolve deeply.
Okay. There are, so if you can give me quick space to translate. Evet, özellikle kız çocuklarımızın karşılaştığı belli başlı zorluklar var. Bunlar eşit fırsatlara sahip olmamaları, çeşitli ve çoklu perspektiflerle karşı karşıya kalmaları, çok fazla klişe ve engelleri aşmak zorunda kalmaları, güçlendirme ve güven problemleri, bilimsel ve teknolojik gelişmeye katkıda sorun yaşamaları, küresel sorunları ele alınması alanında zorluk yaşıyorlar. Ekonomik ve iş gücü potansiyelinde güçlük yaşıyorlar. Gelecek nesiller için ilham olma adına güçlük yaşıyorlar ve çapraz becerilerini geliştirme konusunda sorunlar yaşıyorlar. Please continue.
Going on with this theme, it is time to present the 10 essential challenges to motivate girls in the science aspect. You can see them on the screen. Now I'm going to develop each item one by one, each of these so important challenges. First of all, equal opportunities. When education provides girls equal opportunities in science, this is translated into a profession related to this subject. Girls can choose the scientist way with freedom. Some of them have a real desire to practice science and to be scientist persons in an immediate future. Girls that are sure their path is science develop their right minds, not only carefully and taking care of them and others, but also with the needed speed, a good measure in strength it. Yes, this is point number one.
Tamam. Eşit fırsatlara sahip olmaları konusu birinci madde. Kızların bilim adına motivasyonları aslında eşit haklara sahip olmaları, özellikle eğitim ve profesyonel alanda eşit haklara sahip olmaları. Kızlar eğer bu alanlarda eşit haklara sahip olsalar, yani bu erkeklerle eşit haklara sahip olduklarında daha kendilerini yollarını seçmede daha güçlendirilmiş hissedecekler ve buna ek olarak bilim ve teknoloji alanları gelişim ve ilerleme adına alanlardır ve gelişime açık alanlardır ve kadının yeteneğini bu alanlara eklemek ve geleceğin problemlerini tanımlamak oldukça önemlidir.
Okay, the second essential challenge to motivate girls in science is diversity and multiple perspectives. Due to diversity is something fundamental, of course, in science. Girls demonstrate lots of responsibility, great amounts of responsibility, when they are extrinsically motivated and supported by family, friends, and society. Being open-minded persons, girls can discover new answers by understanding what's really happening in our Earth planet and its inhabitants.
İkinci alan ise bu konuda çeşitlilik ve çoklu perspektifler konusudur. Bildiğiniz gibi çeşitlilik her alanda çok temel bir özelliktir. Çeşitliliğin sağlanması ve bilim de bu alanların bir istisnası değildir aslında. Genç kızlar genel olarak ve kadınlar motive edildiklerinde ve bilim alanında çalışmaları konusunda desteklendiklerinde ve aynı zamanda iş ekipleri içinde bulunduklarında ve aynı zamanda ilgili sorumluluklar kendilerine yüklendiğinde bu kızlar ve kadınlar farklı perspektifler ve yaklaşımlar kazanmaktadır. Buna ulaşabilirler. Aynı zamanda cinsiyet çeşitliliği bilimdeki daha inovatif çözümlere ve aynı zamanda toplumun karşılaştığı problemleri daha geniş bir bakış açısıyla ve anlayışla değerlendirebilmelerini sağlamaktadır.
Now we are in the third essential challenge to motivate girls in science, that's to say, break stereotypes and barriers. Masculine tradition, disappointed with having women in the science discipline, a tremendous error. But today we are awake and girls are included in this wonderful world. Modern times are worried about the past. Then we are in connection with these ideas and logical as well as coherence, becoming the crucial point.
Üçüncü alan olarak stereotiplerin, genellemelerin ve engellerin ortadan kaldırılması ve aşılması konusundan bahsetmek isterim. Kızların motivasyonu bilim konusunda yıllarca köklenmiş bir cinsiyet algısıyla mücadele etmek konusunda çok önemlidir. Bildiğiniz gibi uzun süredir bilim maskülen, yani erkeklere ile ilgili bir disiplin olarak her zaman düşünülmüştür. Bu da kadınların bilim alanında çok daha az temsil edilmesiyle sonuçlanmıştır. Kızların bu konuda cesaretlendirilmesi ve bilime ilgi duymalarının sağlanması tarih boyunca kültürel ve sosyal engelleri önlerine konmuş olan ve tarih boyunca hep dışarıda kalmış olan bu kesimin bu alanlara, bu yargıları kırarak girebilmelerini sağlayacaktır.
It is time to deal with the fourth challenge. Girls are able to develop their specific skills as well as boys. They can contribute to a better society and participate in solutions that we need. When they discover their potential with help and by themselves, things are very different. Girls can overcome with any scientist difficulty facing all kinds of challenges.
Şundan bahsetmek isterim. Dördüncü alan güçlendirme ve güven. Kendine güven aslında hanımefendi kastetti anladığım kadarıyla. Kızlar genel olarak ilgili destekleri, gerekli destekleri aldıklarında ve bilimsel çalışmalar alanına, bilimsel aktiviteler alanına katılabildiklerinde kendi yeteneklerine ve kapasitelerine daha fazla bir güven duyma gücünü elde etmekteler. Tabii ki bu eşit fırsatların nasıl bir erkek çocuğuna verildiğinde bu sonuçları doğuruyorsa kız çocuklar için de aynı şey aslında geçerli ve bunun sonucunda bu alanlara girebiliyorlar. Ve aynı zamanda bu bilimin içerisinde yer alan keşfetme ve öğrenme süreci kızların daha iyi bir problem çözme mentalitesine sahip olmasını sağlamakta ve aynı zamanda ileride karşılaşabilecekleri zorlukları ve mücadeleleri daha büyük bir özgüvenle göğüslemelerini sağlayacaktır.
I'm going to move to the fifth challenge. It is absurd to exclude girls from science and technology, owing to they are excellent participators in innovation, progress, and using their previous knowledge with the new wisdom acquired.
Bilim aynı zamanda ilerlemenin ve inovasyonun bildiğiniz gibi toplumdaki motoru diyebileceğimiz bir konumdadır. Ve kızların bilim konusunda motive edilmesi ve aynı zamanda cinsiyetlerinden bağımsız olarak hepsinin parlak beyinlere, parlak düşünce yapılarına sahip olduğunun emin olması, bu olması, bilgi üretme ve aynı zamanda yeni teknolojiler geliştirme konusunda da onlara bir fırsat sağlayacaktır. Ve aynı zamanda şunu da belirtmek isterim, toplumun yarısını dışarıda bırakmak sadece insanlığın ilerleme konusundaki limitinin yarısını kullanması demektir aynı zamanda.
Challenge number 6, address global issues, means that in a world with similar and general problems, we need efficiency and effectiveness. Climate, resources, health, and cyber security are some of these things to solve and to improve.
Şunu belirtmek isterim. 6. konu küresel konulara hitap etmekten bahsetmek istiyorum. Kızların bilim alanındaki motivasyonu özellikle bizim küresel mücadeleler mücadele konusunda küresel problemlerle daha önemlidir. Bunlara örnek iklim değişikliği, kaynakların azalması, kamu sağlığı ve siber güvenlik alanları olabilir. Çünkü bu kompleks, karışık problemler daha disiplinler arası çözümler gerektirdiği için daha çeşitli perspektiflerden bakılması ve bu sürece kızların da dahil edilmesi bu sorunun daha efektif bir şekilde çözülmesini sağlayacaktır.
Okay. The seventh challenge is economic and labor potential. When women study scientist careers and practice their studies, the labor market opens a great intelligence.
Şimdi 7. alandan bahsedeceğim. Ekonomi ve iş gücü potansiyeli bu alan. Kadınların bilimsel kariyerlere katılmasındaki eksiklik tabii ki iş piyasasını etkilemektedir. Ve bilim alanına katılmaları daha fazla ekonomik onlara alan sağlayacak ve iş fırsatları doğuracaktır. Bu da genel finansal bağımlılıklarından kurtulmalarını ve toplumun ekonomik olarak gelişiminin genel olarak sağlanmasını sağlayacaktır.
In eighth position, we have the inspiration for future generations. Girls educated in science can influence and stimulate others thanks to the achievements of their scientist goals.
8. alan olarak gelecek jenerasyonlara ilham olma özelliğinden bahsetmek isterim. Eğer kızlar bilim alanında ilerlediklerinde ve bu alana ilgi duyduklarında bu alanın içinde yer almalarından dolayı diğer kızlar için de aynı zamanda bir rol model ve aynı zamanda izlerinden gidebileceği insanlar olarak farklı bilim alanlarında gelecek nesillerin de başarılı olması konusunda ilham olma özelliği taşımaktadır.
Ninth point in challenges is a transversal skills development. You can read and science englobes life in general as well as ways of solving problems, bringing mind persons and the world that surrounds us.
Şunu belirtmek isterim. Diğer bir alan ise çapraz yeteneklerin geliştirilmesi. Bundan bu alandan bahsetmemin sebebi şu, bilim alanında çalışmak sadece belirli bir bilgi elde etmek değil, aynı zamanda çapraz müfredatlar arası yeteneklerin geliştirilmesi konusunda ve hayatın her yönünde bilgi sahibi olunması konusunda kızlara avantajlar sağlamaktadır.
Now I'm going to move to 10th challenge to motivate girls in science, entitled Contribution to the 2030 Agenda. All of this brings benefits, improvements, exploitations everywhere, taking into account scientificism, and things that encircle this peculiar space by through different things.
10. bahsedeceğim alan 2030 ajandası, 2030 hedefine ulaşma konusunda Birleşmiş Milletler'in. Bu zaten ilkokul çağındaki kız çocuklarının motive edilmesi bilim alanında birçok sürdürülebilir kalkınma hedefiyle aslında aynı çizgidedir. Ve bu cinsiyet eşitliği, kaliteli eğitim, inovasyon ve eşitsizliklerin azalması gibi konularda da önem taşımaktadır.
Okay. To sum up, you can see all these things, and quality education and so on about this agenda. Okay, you can see the main points in
Hanımefendi ana noktalardan bahsediyor. Sürdürülebilir kalkınma hedefleriyle bahsettiği kızlarla ilgili konuların farklı yönlerle nasıl örtüştüğünü aslında gösteren sürdürülebilir kalkınma hedeflerini paylaştı.
If you remember the very beginning of this exposition, when I talk about some basic and easy actions and activities, and now we have some other strategies, more concise and more highly.
Az önce de bahsettiğim temel aktiviteler sunumun başında belki hatırlarsınız vardı. Ama bu sürdürülebilir kalkınma hedeflerine erişmek konusunda farklı stratejiler de aslında benimsenebilir. Aynı zamanda zaten ekranda da şu an gördüğünüz motivasyon stratejilerinden bahsediliyor. Madam, we are running out of time. If possible, maybe we can summarize the final parts.
Okay, I can summarize by saying that now, however, not all the schools and SMINE celebrate the Girl and Women Scientists Day, neither in the Cultural Week. Such a pity, but it's the truth. Bearing in mind science, suppose a path to follow in order to compensate deficiencies.
Kızların bu bahsettiğim alanlarda güçlendirilmesi için gerçekleştirilmesi gereken, onları spesifik alanlarda yetersizlikleri varsa eğer bu alanlarda desteklemektir. Buna ek olarak tarihteki kadın bilim insanlarından bahsetmek isterim. Bu konuda bir açıklama yapmak isterim. Will you read the quote under it, or shall I translate it directly? The part that says a good way to motivate girls is to show how many women in it. Would you like me to translate that?
Yes, this women scientists in history, this about some models girls can have to inspire their own studies and even lives, and of course professions. Giving equal opportunities to the girls by means of strategies taking into account the 2030 agenda and all the items related to science. Inclusive education and teamwork are the best for our present and future years.
Şunu belirtmek isterim. 2030 hedefleriyle aynı çizgide yer alan kızların desteklenmesi, bilim alanında desteklenmesi hem iş dünyası açısından bize çok büyük avantajlar sağlayacak. Aynı zamanda da şu anki ve gelecekteki iş dünyası için çok pozitif etkiler yaratacaktır. Madam, if possible, we can summarize the presentation because we are running out of time and there are still I believe you finished.
Yes, thank you very much for your attention and thank you for everything.
Dinlediğiniz için teşekkür ederim. Desteğiniz için teşekkür ederim. It was a pleasure. Thank you for your kind presentation. Maybe now we can continue with Virginia Kareflaki, if possible, if the screen sharing works, or if it doesn't, we can proceed with Magali Rodriguez. Madam Virginia.
Good afternoon again. I hope that we fixed the problem.
Hopefully,
I'll try.
Okay, no problem.
So would you like me to say a few words about me or to do the presentation because we're
running out of time?
Yes.
It would be much better if you directly start with the presentation, and if anybody wants more information. I have already read about your CV, so it won't be a problem. Everybody knows the information that you have shared with us. We can continue with your presentation if that works.
Oops. Is it okay, or else I've already sent the presentation to Areti Katsamagu, so if you could give her access to share it for me. Because I'm not sure.
Arita Katamagu hanımefendiyle paylaşmış sunumu. O hanımefendi de sanırım katılımcıların arasında. O hanımefendiye eğer paylaşırsanız, ekran paylaşma izni verirseniz.
İsmi neydi hanımefendinin?
What was the name? Arita? Madam Virginia?
Excuse me? Oh, here we are.
Oh, it works. Madam
Okay.
Virginia, I would like to request you and two other speakers. We have already passed the time that we have allocated, so it would be much better if you stick to the presentation and realize it in a short way. We would appreciate it.
Okay. Nowadays, more and more companies are seeking to reduce their environmental impact. Businesses that follow sustainability tend to protect nature and make conscious efforts to conserve natural resources. This is not only enhance the image of the business in the eyes of customers and other stakeholders, but also improves the availability of resources for everyone. Business people. Okay, some good practices are sustainable operations, renewable energy adoption, eco-friendly products and services, circular economy approach, employee/customer engagement, green innovation and research, collaboration and partnerships, transparent reporting, adherence to environmental regulations, long-term vision, innovation and entrepreneurship. Women have been at the forefront of innovation and entrepreneurship in the realm of green development, making significant contributions to the sustainability and environmental sectors. For example, the Nobel laureate Wangari Maathai from Kenya founded the Green Belt movement in 1977. This grassroots organization focused on empowering local communities, particularly women, to plant trees and protect the environment. Through her work, millions of trees have been planted across Africa, promoting reforestation, conservation.
Madam Virginia, if you, I'm sorry for interrupting you, but if you want the, how can I say, if you don't stick to the presentation and if you take many sentences, I will not be able to translate. But maybe for the sake of time,
excuse me.
for the sake of time, maybe for the sake of time, we can skip the translation if possible. Aysun Hanım, isterseniz süremiz başka türlü yetiştirme ihtimalimiz kalmayacak. İsterseniz siz de uygun görürseniz geri kalan kısmını İngilizce olarak gerçekleştirsinler katılımcılar. Bunun üzerine de şey yapalım. Zaten kaydımız var. Gerekirse kaydımızdan sunumları da yine alıp gerekirse sunumların çevirisini de gerçekleştiririz. Ya da zaten hani genel olarak anlaşılacağını düşünüyorum. Anlaşılmadığını düşündüğünüz bir yer olursa da sunumlarını isteyelim karşı taraftan veya direkt biz yardımcı olalım. Siz uygun bulursanız İngilizce devam edelim sunumlara. Çünkü çeviriyle çok zaman alacak.
İngilizce devam edelim ama siz moderatör olarak devam ediyorsunuz değil mi?
Tamam, moderatörlükte sıkıntı yok. Biz
Tamam, İngilizce olarak devam edelim.
So we have discussed about the time, and I think it's the best thing. It's also recorded, and we can also realize the transcription. It's no problem. You can directly realize your presentation. Okay?
Okay, so I continue.
Okay, sorry for the interruption.
Excuse me?
Sorry for interrupting you.
No problem. It was...
Thank you for your understanding.
I forgot that you have to translate because of all this problem that occurred.
No problem at all. You can directly continue in English, and after that we will have the recording, and if needed, we will realize the translation afterwards to the related parties. Thank you for your understanding. Please go.
Corporate sustainability initiatives. Business women in leadership positions can influence corporate sustainability strategies. By implementing environmentally friendly practices, companies can reduce their carbon footprint, minimize waste, and create a positive impact on local communities and ecosystems. For example, Lisa Jackson is the Vice President of Environment, Policy, and Social Initiatives at Apple Inc. Under her leadership, Apple has made significant steps in reducing its environmental impact. The company has committed to using 100% renewable energy for its global facilities and has worked to make its products more energy efficient and recyclable. Advocacy and awareness. Women business leaders can use their influence and platforms to advocate for environmental causes, raise awareness about sustainability issues, and promote responsible consumption and production patterns among employees, customers, and partners. For example, the single use of plastic products are being phased out in favor of better alternatives, and green practices are not only responsible course of action for many businesses, but an economic move as well. Green innovation and research.
Merhabalar Mustafa Bey, kusura bakmayın lütfen.
Excuse me.
You can continue. Please continue.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Green innovation and research. Investing in research and development of sustainable technologies and practices can give businesses a competitive edge while contributing to broader environmental solutions. For example, the Lefkipos Technology Park hosts innovative startup and spin-off companies. Lefkipos offers business incubator and acceleration services that support innovative ideas within an academic collaborative environment from discovery to commercialization. Circular economy approach. The resources of our planet are limited. For this reason, we are committed to establishing the circular economy as a sustainable, future-oriented concept in the industry and to protect the Earth in this way. Adopting a circular economy model emphasizes recycling, reusing, and refurbishing products to minimize waste and maximize resource efficiency. Collaboration and partnerships. Partnering with other organizations, government, or NGOs can amplify the impact of green initiatives and drive systemic change. For example, the total number of companies that had signed a cooperation agreement with the Hellenic Recovery Recycling Corporation by the 31st of December 2021 was 3,115. Adherence to environmental regulations. Complying with local and international environmental regulations demonstrates a commitment to responsible business practices. Long-term vision. Incorporating sustainability into the core business strategy and long-term planning ensures a resilient and future-proof business model. Digital transformation has been a tremendous challenge for organizations, but sustainability strategies go further by fundamentally rewriting the rules. A recent Deloitte study showed that 67% of participants were willing to pay up to 41% more for products if they were sustainable, and that trend was higher among younger age groups. Greece's recovery and resilience plan responds to the urgent need of making Greece ready for the future. The plan intends to facilitate the decarbonization of the Greek economy, modernize and digitalize public administration. The plan consists of 106 investment measures and 68 reforms. 37.5% of the plan will support climate objectives, and 23.3% of the plan will foster the digital transition. Pillars and components. Green transition. Power Up aspires of the transition to a low-carbon energy model and increases the use of renewable energy sources. Renovate sets energy efficiency, climate mitigation, and adaptation actions for Greece's housing stock as a key priority. Recharge and Refuel introduces reforms that enable the installation and operation of charging infrastructure for electric means of transport. Sustainable use of resources, climate resilience, and environmental protection. Actions related to waste and water management, protection of the environment, and upgrading the capabilities of the civil protection mechanism. Digital transformation. Modernization supports the implementation of policies to reduce waste and energy consumption. Employment skills and social cohesion. skills and social cohesion contain measures that are intended to promote circular economy, upskilling and reskilling programs. Social and territorial cohesion, improving the efficiency of the justice system with renovations and constructions of new energy efficient and low emissions court buildings. Modernize and improve resilience of key economic sectors. Concerning infrastructure and equipment renovations could reduce emissions and improve energy efficiency. Women in Eco-Innovation. A Greek innovation lab for women was recently established to provide support and promote research, innovation, and entrepreneurship by and for women. Engaging women in eco-innovation supports their representation in STEM-related fields and also could help drive the digital and green transitions. NCSR Demokritos projects. Sustain, cluster building smart readiness indicators. Boost the market of building construction by developing a wide network of related clusters and SMEs in order to minimize the effect of the COVID-19 crisis. Address the strategic dependencies, both technological and industrial, in the field of building construction sector. Focus on the green and digital transition for companies related in the market of building sector by promoting innovative solutions. Smart Attica is a Greek innovation hub for artificial intelligence in energy and environment, supply chain and mobility, culture and tourism. More projects by NCSR Demokritos. Blue Cycle, integrated circular economy venture focused on the recycling of plastic, fishing and shipping gear. DigiSec, protecting wildlife in wind farms with artificial intelligence. Extratech, breakthrough and innovative analytical solutions for fast, low-cost, and sustainable sample preparation. Recyclo, collecting and treating waste, liquids and solids with innovative software and hardware tools. Plion Energy's goal is to develop, design, and produce cost-effective products for a more sustainable energy economy, focusing on the use of nanomaterials. Lefkipos Technology Park offers unique research opportunities through 5 interdisciplinary institutes, including innovative laboratories in exponential technologies like nanotechnology, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. It encourages collaborations with research groups in various sectors, including advanced materials, telecommunications, life sciences, energy, environment, and heritage sciences. Lefkipos tenants can access the advanced experimental and technological ecosystem in collaboration with experts in the field. Trainers of digital skills in Greece. InnovaAthens. InnovaAthens is a hub, innovation and entrepreneurship hub. Training, business accelerator, events, participation in European projects, provides strengthening of new entrepreneurship and development of digital skills in the city of Athens. Daily seminars are organized aimed at developing the technical and digital skills in order to monitor technological and professional developments and improve the conditions for finding work. Workshops are developed or individual meetings aimed at meeting all those who are interested in business skills in selected fields, mainly in the fields of culture and creation. It is addressed to students, general public, businesses, and organizations. Vodafone, Women in Business Connected, Consultation, Digital Services and Connectivity, Digital Skills to Support Women Entrepreneurs. Target groups are women entrepreneurs. By addressing all these needs and implementing the suggested steps and exploring the available green projects, the Green Cross Corporation can significantly contribute to the success of the European Green Deal and the achievement of the UN Sustainable Development Goals, ultimately leading to a more sustainable and equitable future for all. The environment must be maintained in order to protect the survival of life in the future. I would like to thank you for your attention and sorry for all this delay.
It's okay. So thank you so much for your presentation. If there is no question, we are running out of time. So I would like to move to other presenter. So our other speaker would be Magali Rodriguez. You here? I think she's not here. Okay, and now we are moving to Lucy Christensen. Lucy Christensen, you here?
Yes, hello, I'm here. I'm getting ready. Just 1 second.
Okay, will you be sharing any presentation?
No.
Screen?
Sorry, Miss Magali is here, but the audio doesn't sound. They are called INTA in the webinar. Are you seeing the video?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they are here.
Hello.
No, it's okay now. Sorry.
Yes. You hear us now?
Yes, I can hear you. Is that you, Magali?
Yes, we are.
Oh, okay. Okay. And Lucy, Magali and Lucy, right?
Yes.
Yes, so I'm here, but do you want me to wait?
No, it's okay. Magali, if you're here, you need to start first.
Okay, thank you very much.
Anytime, please continue.
She's Magali. She's my mother. She doesn't really speak English, so I will be speaking for her in the presentation. Are we able to share the screen? Yes, we are able. Okay, so my mother is a vet. My sister is not here now. She was waiting, but she had to go out. But my sister is a chemical engineer. My mother is a doctor, is a vet. And we were born in Cuba, and we moved back to Spain around 20 years ago. Hace 20 años?
22.
Yes, and when my mother came to Spain, she started working in the company, in the food industry. This is the company. In the beginning, my mother was working as as an assistant in the lab, but she's very talented, so she became the new boss of the company. Are you going to translate into Turkish, or it's not necessary in this case?
No, we're not going to translate. You can continue.
Okay, thank you very much. So she became the new boss because she counted with the help of my sister here. She is the chemical engineer, I told you before. And they have developed and continue growing the company. Now there are, I think, 9 women working here, Mom. How many people is working here?
No.
9 personas, 8?
9.
9 women are working here. Everybody working in this company are women. The company is specialized in, I think, in food industry. She has a lab, food quality, and also they have training programs specific in the fields of food, in the food industry. The interesting thing is that this company is located here in Spain, in the northeast of Spain. This is Aragon, in Aragon. This is Zaragoza, Teruel, and this area here is very famous for the food, the meat, the pork, the ham, and is very, very important. It's a little bit far from Madrid, but close to Valencia by train. The point of this presentation is about equality, gender equality, the woman, the empowering of the woman, and the importance of the woman in the society. And I think this is the important. Are you going to translate, or is not necessary? I think, yo creo que no.
No, we're not going to translate.
Como dice Cristina, de dejar un tiempo para traducción. Hay que dejarles tiempo para traducción.
So, and what else, Mom? What do you want to say about your company? ¿Qué quieres decir sobre tu?
No, pues, a ver, en la conferencia es para conversar sobre el tema de la mujer y el emprendimiento en Aragón. Y nos han pedido que conversemos sobre cómo nosotras, siendo mujeres y además inmigrantes, hemos emprendido en Aragón.
So this topic is about the woman, the empowering of woman in the society, and this is what we can say about this topic from the small business. They have been working a lot into it, and they are very, I think they are very good in this. And I would like to know if you have any question, or if you want to know any specifics into this. Okay, I think if there is no other questions, we can just continue with the next presentation. The next person.
If you have any questions, please ask. If you don't have,
Bueno,
we can move to other presenters. Sorularınız var mıydı acaba, yoksa diğer konuşmacımıza geçeceğiz? So there is no questions. Okay, and now we are moving to our last speaker, I guess.
no escuchamos.
Last speaker and Nasia Royo. As a Nasia.
I have a very bad sound right now.
Okay.
Who's the host?
Okay, I think I am the host. I would like to know how to change it. Okay, so I will change this into Lucy. Then?
Yes, please.
Okay.
So, okay. And is anyone presenting me, or do I present myself?
You can go on with presenting yourself first.
Okay. Good, thank you. I'm just gonna mute my notifications here because they're making some sound. Sorry. Okay. Well, thank you for being here, everyone. And I'm Lucy Wittrup. I am the Executive Director of Promentum Nordic. And we work with regenerative leadership, which I will be talking a little bit about the next 10-15 minutes. But first of all, I would like to invite you to join me here in this beautiful area of the Stockholm archipelago where I am right now. And it's a great pleasure to actually be here in this environment where I'm embraced by the trees and the lake and the rocks that are the prerequisite for all of us to actually be here in this very moment. And at Promentum Nordic, what we are preoccupied with is really being in the business of life. And that is what I'm going to be speaking about today. So being in the business of life sounds abstract, of course, but that is about how can we create leadership, how can we create solutions that actually make life for people and for places, communities, and the planet itself actually possible. And of course, we are in challenging times because unfortunately the conditions for life are under a lot of pressure, as we all know. And the logic of that has brought us to where we are right now is actually leading us towards a collapse, not only for the planet, as we all know, but also for people, and leading to massive numbers of very poor mental health, unprecedented numbers of stress, anxiety, loneliness is a condition that numerous studies actually show is as dangerous as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. So the logic that has brought us here is leading us to a collapse on many levels. And Promentum Nordic and myself personally are very preoccupied with what then is the new logic? What is a new logic that can lead us towards life, to actually keep on going, for life to emerge, for life to grow, for life to thrive? And at Promentum Nordic, what we believe is one of the solutions is to look at what is named regenerative leadership consciousness, regenerative transformation. And why regenerative? Well, sustainability has brought us this far, and it is very important. The focus on sustainability obviously is pivotal. However, it is not doing the full job. We're still, it's not enough. There's still something needed that can take us further down the lane from sustainability. And that is why we have looked at, and we're very preoccupied with regenerative leadership, regenerative consciousness, regenerative transformation, which is the next step, after sustainability, going deeper into not only goals, outer goals, but certainly also working with goals that come from inner to outer. What is regenerative? The regenerative paradigm about? It is first of all about looking towards a new logic, and looking towards the logic that creates the conditions for life itself, towards the intelligence that makes it possible for me to sit in this beautiful environment, but also that makes it possible for you and for me to be here in this very moment. That logic, that intelligence that makes it possible for us to breathe without even noticing, for our hearts to beat without even noticing. And that is, of course, the logic of life itself, is the logic of nature. That is what nature does every single moment. And regenerative leadership is about applying the principles of this intelligence to leadership and to organizations. So what does that look like in practice? Well, there are many ways. And of course, we have a very, very deep passion to create not only projects, which we do, and I will touch upon those in a second, but also create a movement. Because we really, truly believe that we have come to a point in time now where we're called to come together, where all of us are called to come together, to collaborate, to co-create. And this is a paradigm that is, since it is a new logic, we don't know what it is. We don't really know what is ahead of us. There's a Colombian song called Caminante no hay camino, means, and el camino se hace por andar, which means walker, there is no path. The path is made as we walk. And that is actually the reality that we at Promentum Nordic accept and acknowledge, that we are all creating the solution right now. And by looking towards the logic of life itself, we believe that we can start through collaboration, through cooperation, through connectivity on a whole unprecedented level, that we can start creating those solutions. So one of the concrete ways, apart from really focusing on creating a movement, is also to look at female entrepreneurship. And this has been spoken a lot about today. So I'll try and nuance it a little bit. So in the report, Better Business, Better Worlds from 2017, which is the most comprehensive case study on how to succeed with implementation of the SDGs, they concluded that the most pivotal factor was gender equality. So gender equality would provide a value gain of $28 trillion. 28 trillion US dollars. So let's look at that a little bit. How do we actually create innovation? What is the reality we're ahead of? We have a reality where we need to come up. We need to nurture innovation on an unprecedented level. We need to nurture solutions that are long-term on an unprecedented level. And numerous studies show that exactly women leaders do that. Women leaders, well, gender equality, value gain of $28 trillion. They do that. So if we look at the resources at the source of innovation, we know that comes, one of the important sources is from entrepreneurship. And so let's look at how much capital then goes to female founders. Well, that's a little bit alarming, obviously, because only 1.9% of venture capital last year went to female founders. 1.9%. That means that 98.1% of venture capital went to male founders, meaning that we're quite far away from the $28 trillion value gain. If we look at female founders of color, then the venture capital going in that direction is 0.35%. This again is one way, one of the of high impact efforts we can do is then to support female founders. And that is part of what we do at Promentum Nordic. One of our projects is to support female founders, among others. Currently, we have a project in Sri Lanka. I'm not going to go into the detail of it because the most important message right now is that what we really invite to and call for is that we start creating a leadership consciousness shift. We can focus on the outer, we can focus on the projects, we can focus on the change in the outer level, which is pivotal. We contribute with, and we also invite you to have a focus also on the shift that comes from the inside, which is aligned with the inner development goals that is now also currently being rolled out. We also come with methods to regenerate from within. And we invite you also to any collaboration that has to do with focusing on regenerative practices that go from the inside and out. So in respect for the time today, I know that it is short. I would just like to thank you on this note and say that creating conditions for life to emerge and to thrive and to grow is all dependent on our ability to focus on collaboration and connection, and apparently regarding with reference to the very numerous studies, there's a high impact when we support female entrepreneurship. So on that note, I would just like to say thank you very much, and please contact us with any ideas for the collaboration that you have. Thank you.
So thank you so much for your presentation. So now we can move to our last presenter, who is the Nasya. You here?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, would you like to share screen?
Yeah, let me start.
Okay.
You need to give me permission to share my screen.
So could you please leave the screen share to her?
Okay, thank you. So my name is Nasya Ioannidou. I'm the director of the Greek Association of Women Entrepreneurs located in Greece. SEGE is actually a non-profit making association regarding the empowerment of women in all aspects of entrepreneurial and social life. And today I'm going to talk to you about our newly initiative, which is the energy cooperative WenCoop. So WenCoop is actually the first energy female social cooperative for women entrepreneurs and their businesses in Europe. As mentioned, it is an initiative of SEGE and aims to develop and promote female entrepreneurships through which its members will be able to operate in the energy sector, utilizing clean energy sources. What actually WenCoop provides, it provides to female entrepreneurs the right environment to develop not only their businesses, but themselves. It promotes youth entrepreneurship and the development of women businesses through research and innovation. It promotes ethics and ethics in the professional activity of women, and of course, healthier female role models. Improves the visibility and the achievements of women businesses and women themselves, and undertakes initiatives that demonstrate a sense of social responsibility. The idea of creating an energy community that actually involves only female members started from a research that we did back in 2019, that we found out that unfortunately only 1% of energy cooperatives have women leading their board of directors or have more than 4 women in the board of directors. The majority of energy communities that were developed in Europe actually had 0 women in their board of directors, which is more than the 42% of the overall energy communities that exists. According to the General Electronic Commercial Registry, in Greece, until May 2022, there were 1,217 active energy communities. You can see that the model of energy communities is a model that rise up over the last year. So from 911 energy communities in 2021, we were to 1,217 in 2022. The most important location for energy communities is Central Macedonia, which actually is the region that also WenCoop is located. It is based on the soil, it is based on the position that it has in Greece, so it is considered one of the best regions to structure a PV plant. Actually, what one group wants to do is to enable more women, regardless of their economic background and educational level, to proceed with the design and implementation of a project that will educate them about the energy sector, provide them with training on energy efficiency, and support them in implementing green policies for themselves and, of course, for their businesses. Our next goal is the development of actually 3 more megawatts, because at this point, WENCOOP has already built one PV plant of 1 megawatt. So we are planning over the next years to have 3 more PV plants. And of course, our vision for the future is to use the energy produced for electromobility and the distribution of free quantities to vulnerable groups, mainly single parent families and women. So the energy that we are going to provide to them will be free of charge. Our vision is actually to achieve the EU goal of making Europe the first climate neutral continent by 2050. Actually, we are working a lot with Greek ministries in order to achieve that. Of course, this is based on the Green Deal policy of Europe. And what we want to do is to help our members to promote energy and to produce energy from more clean sources and to protect, of course, the environment. This is a little bit about our history. So WENCOOP started as an idea back in 2020, and now in June 2023, we have started the construction of our second solar park. At this point, we are 73 members. They are all women, they are all female entrepreneurs and active members also at SEGE. This is our board of directors, so you can see that, of course, all of them are women. Most of them have previous experience with the energy sector. And this is some examples of the publications and of the publicity that WENCOOP has not only in Greece, but actually all over Europe. This is also examples of the seminars that we provided, because we think that it is extremely important for women to be educated in order to be able to participate in the energy sector. And I would like also to share with you our greatest achievements. So last year in 2022, WENCOOP participated in the first round of the Climate Accelerator Beyond 2022. We won a prize of 2,000 euros. It was a prize for Greek startups that are implementing projects based on Green Deal of Europe. And of course, beside that, we were also one of the top 3 of women in energy in Europe. And our president was nominated and highlighted at the European Sustainable Energy Week last year. I would skip the video. I will send it you with link. I know that the time has passed a lot. And the awards. So last year we were also nominated to be one of the national winners in EPA Awards of 2022. And actually during last year's SME Assembly, WENCOOP achieved to win the award, and we were nominated as supporting the sustainable transition at the European Entrepreneurship Promotion Awards of 2022. This is also a short video of our president when she received the prize. And this is our contact information if you want to check our social media and our website to find even more information about what we do related to the empowerment of women in energy. Thank you.
Thank you so much for all of your presentations. So if there's someone who would like to add something, please add it now, or we were gonna finish our meeting now. Okay, thank you so much to all of you. So have a nice week then.